the most bestest, tastiest, fantasticest coffee, whatever that, fantasticest, that's it. That is the most fantasticest coffee I've ever had. The most fantasticest. That was the word I wanted to say, and I could not say that word. I tried to say fantasticest.
Les Peter Guitar Jam.
But moo.
Moo.
What was that I was singing earlier today? It's like moo. Threw that in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was funny. Cyber. Here, everybody is playing a game here. Oh boy, do we have some news to report today.
Oh.
News from another world. News from another dimension. That's right, those interdimensional shape-shifting aliens. They will come in there and they will drop off headlines for you. You won't even be accepting it. You won't be expecting it, is what I'm trying to say.
Patrick John Welder.
And the next thing you know...
I can feel the sarcasm in UFO.
No, there was no sarcasm in UFO. No sarcasm. Dude, all I did was I just basically copied the title. U.S. jet shoots down unidentified object over northern Canada because they only got 6 missiles. Eh? I know this because my friend that lives there told me so.
That's right. They're dusting them off as we speak.
Oh boy. So, northern Canada. They shot this thing
so that
down.
makes sense. That makes sense. That's right near the Yukon, or right near America.
So, northern Canada is near America?
Alaska.
Oh, Alaska. Ah.
Yeah. That's probably what they're thinking.
Well, Justin Trudeau got to feel like the leader today because he's the one that ordered it down. So, I ordered the takedown of an unidentified object that violated Canadian airspace. NORAD command shot down the object over the Yukon. Canadian and U.S. aircraft were scrambled and a U.S. F-22. Ooh, an F-22, baby! Yeah! Hovered on takeoff and then slowly took off like that. Am I right?
Lucky.
Successfully fired. What's that?
We're buying one. It's just we're saving up.
We're saving up.
We're saving up. Yeah, that's all.
Trudeau said that he spoke with U.S. President Joe Biden on Saturday and that Canadian forces will lead the object recovery operation. Canadian Defense Minister Anita Anand tweeted Saturday that she had discussed the incident with U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and reaffirmed that we'll always defend our sovereignty together. CNN's reached out to the White House for comment. That's all that says. The North American Aerospace NORAD said earlier Saturday it was monitoring a high-altitude airborne object over NORCAN. Military aircraft were operating in the area from Alaska and Canada, according to a news release from the agency. It's not clear what the object is or whether... I got to tell you, it's costing us a fortune to put these planes up in the air and launch these missiles. Every time they do it, we're looking at $500,000 to fly a plane up there. $500,000.
What did we put up there? Like a stop with Camel? What did we have? You guys had an F-22. What did we put
Regardless of what Canada's putting up there, my point is this is costing us an arm and a leg, and it's like a charade, and it's like China is laughing and laughing and laughing at us, because I have a feeling that these balloons aren't as expensive as $500,000, especially the ones where they just said the one they just shot down didn't have anything on it. They said it was just a balloon. They said it had no equipment on it.
They're blowing up everything.
They're just putting balloons up in the sky now and just laughing at us.
Billy Ballantyne.
It's probably a bunch of people
birthday.
up in Alaska just
I brought
screwing
balloons.
people now.
Hey, Billy, 99 Luft red balloons. I launched and sent them to your airspace. Then we laughed and had a party and played this song all night long. Try China's over there listening to this song laughing. They're like, we're 99, ho, we got
Billy
9,099. We're just getting warmed up. We're going to send so many balloons over your airspace. You're not going to have any missiles left, and your planes are all going to be out of fuel. And then we attack. They're rope-a-doping us, man. That's a tweet right there. That's a tweet.
That would be less than ideal.
I need a check mark. Where's the check mark at? This is the business stuff, right? The check mark shows the stocks. It's got the check mark. I'll find it. Green check mark. There it is. China is rope-a-doping the USA. That's the tweet, baby. That's
Billy
it.
Ballantyne. What if China sends a balloon animal? It would take a giant clown to make a big balloon giraffe.
Oh. I don't understand why he's using a saw like that. What are those saws called that you hold in your hand? They're electric, and it's got a guard on it, and you just roll it over a 2x4 and just slices right through it.
Nick Brown.
It's called a
Good evening, guys.
Skill
Hacksaw.
saw.
not a hacksaw,
Skill saw?
a skill saw. Yeah, a skill saw.
Yeah, like
Why is he buying?
Nick Brown.
Man, why is he buying
Circular saw?
a miter saw?
Maybe he
Thank
wants
you. A
specific
skill saw
angle.
Josh Vance.
will do all
Circular
of that
saw.
and more, and cost way less.
That's for like special angles and stuff like that. You can adjust the blade so it's like 45 degrees.
Nick Brown. Skill is a brand. The saw is a circular saw.
Yeah, skill saw, circular saw. God damn you, God
It's
damn you,
interchangeable.
Jiminy.
It's like saying Jello isn't. Anyway, thank you, Billy, for clarifying.
I'll correct it.
Yeah.
Circular saw. And you know, if I was to look one up, because I've bought them before, it wasn't very. I don't think it was that expensive. I bought a nice like a Makita, or it was not Makita. Yeah, Makita. Yeah. $39.99. Bro.
Josh Vance. $40 at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Nick Brown.
I wonder why he feels
Makita
like.
is the shizzle.
Why does he need a miter saw?
Kind of expensive.
Dude, way expensive. He's like, I need $300 for the saw. I'm like, I don't. What you need to do, you just got to cut some 2x4s and shit, bro. Putting in a floor or whatever. I've got to tell you, I've never owned a saw like that in my life. And my friend Mark, I mean, he's been able to do everything in my home. He's cut 45-degree angles. He's done everything with my saw.
Josh Vance.
And you just got to
Maybe
know
he's
what you're
not good
doing,
at
man. You
cutting
just got to know how to
straight.
use one of them things. Yeah. I tell you, there is an art to it, but once you learn it, man, once you get it down, bro, they're easy to use. You just got to learn to push through at the very end. They're kind of weird right when you get to the end of making your cut, and sometimes they'll bog or they'll just, you think that it's going to stop, and what you have to do is just put a little pressure behind it to finish the cut. It's weird. It's a weird thing. There's like a drag coefficient on it or something. I don't know how it works.
Billy Ballantyne. Has there been any more news on the Alaska deke-shaped bogey?
Yeah, they shot it down. Canada style, eh?
Oh, yeah, we got the Americans to do it for us.
Ah! You finished my joke for me! Oh my god, bro. I thought of the punchline as you were saying it. That was perfect. That was so
Okay, we already know it's nothing to...
That's so funny. Did it Canadian style. We had America do it for us. So funny.
Yeah, Canadians make more
Billy
jokes about
Valentine.
Canada than Americans do, I think.
That's how
Oh.
Canada won World War II,
I
eh?
sent you pics of the truck.
Yeah, sure.
I forgot.
We were there, but I don't know if we won it. It was
Dude,
the
that
Russians.
truck's badass. I already messaged you back about your truck, bro. That's a badass truck you bought. I told you it was fucking dope. Bro, that looks... Playing Mad Max, man. I don't have it on screen. I'm watching it, but I'm not letting anybody else see it because I'm a dick. Shit. Okay, here, let's try this. It's playing Mad Max. It's a pretty badass game.
We've actually got like
It is
the...
actually pretty good. It's better than I expected it to be honest.
It looks pretty cool.
Isn't it funny? Everything like looks like it jumped way up, but look at that market. Good time to be tuning into it, I think.
There's a secret base up in the north that's manned by Canada and the United States called Alert. It's probably the base that detected it.
Do the Canadians make the Americans coffee while the Americans do all the fighting?
We have fighter... It's probably diplomatic. We didn't want to, push the line and get involved in that way. I guarantee you. We could have scrambled. We do have shit. I'm just joking. We're not like what you
I
guys
know
have.
you've got police on horseback. They can get places
Who's
really
that?
quick.
ARD.
They're the Canadian Mounted
Go
Police,
by.
eh? They can get there really fast.
You guys got police on horseback, too.
Hey, JRD.
Alright,
JRD. 99 red balloons go by. Hey, we've only shot down 3, man. We've got like freaking 96 left to go.
I told it at the beginning I was pissed that we didn't shoot on the first one because it said it went over Canada. I was like, we could have got it.
Yeah, but then you'd only have 5 missiles left. And what are you going to do then?
No,
You know?
I mean, we have to buy some more. I mean, you guys got a couple for sale.
I
Probably
mean, what
save up
if
to
you
buy
guys piss off Jamaica, you know? What are you going to do then?
it. Well, we already did. We already did. They took over. No. Yeah. Canadians will get that joke.
Okay,
You're done now.
so I'll just do this. And I'll do that. That's my little soundboard. That plays us over into the next segment. You like that? I'm turning my volume down because Mom's going to be super pissed. Super pissed. Super pissed. Psh. We need to start this song from the beginning. And because we have to hide the sounds of the bong.
Prepare yourself.
Hide the sounds of the bong from the algorithm so you can smoke along all
Prepare
you
yourself.
want.
Prepare yourself.
Line and taker, cashing your chips, you sniveling, whining, self-loathing hypocrite. Blame it on Rio or the woman in red. Don't fool yourself, it's all in your head. You're the mascot of the next century. Look in the mirrors, count insecurity. I bleed for you, my eyes burn. My point is no, cause you'll never learn. You'll never learn, I bleed for you.
You always say suicide.
You'll never learn.
You say suicide next, bro? Suicide next? I'll play it for you right now. Overdose.
What you're looking at is the final statement Eileen Wuornos made. She was allowed to make a statement, and there was really no time limit on it. This didn't take her 30
raining!
seconds. And we read it to you. Quote,
raining.
I just like to say I'm sailing with the rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th, like the movie. Big mother ship and all, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
This is a great song to smoke cannabis to. It's like just set to the rhythm of what you're doing. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
The People's Champion 33. You want a good one, my guy.
Hey, People's Champion 33, how's it going? Cyber, are you good? Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is for all. Cheers, Cyber. Cheers, Jim. Cheers, People's Champion, Billy Ballantyne, JRD, and everyone that's over there on the sphere. Cheers to y'all too.
What you're looking at is the final
Cheers,
statement
bro.
Eileen
Cheers.
Wuornos
Gotta cover up
made.
the
She was
sound, all
allowed
this
to make a
gurgling
statement,
and
there was
bubbling
really
and
no
bubbling
time
and
limit on it.
gurgling.
This didn't take her 30 seconds. And we read it to you. Quote, I just like to say I'm sailing with the rock,
The
and
People's
I'll be
Champion
back
33.
like Independence Day with
What's up,
Jesus,
Rock?
June 6th, like the movie. Big mother ship and all, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Such a great song. Okay, so. Oh, you're out. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay.
FJI Rocks T. What's good?
Yo, FJ, what's up, man? How's it going?
FJI Rocks T. LGFS.
So they're not really telling us much about these balloons. You can't even keep up with everything they're shooting in.
We should just send more balloons. We should send a giant balloon over there, like a biggest balloon ever made. Yeah. Of a balloon war.
Tula Rose. Hey,
Hey, Tula, how's it going?
I think we could afford that.
Alaskan flight was diverted due to airspace closure and military activity around high altitude object.
Logan tokes the flower.
Logan.
Was it another weather monitoring device? Tis was a pretty huge balloon.
They said it didn't have the same type of
Logan
equipment
tokes
on
the
it.
flower. Lols.
They're just trolling us, man. They're rope-a-doping America.
Yeah, they also flew over with ground penetrating lasers at Hawaii, like a Conan camera.
Logan tokes the flower. I was just
And that
kidding.
just happened at the same time the balloon
Logan takes the flower.
flew over. So two balloons,
know.
and they penetrate
FJI rocks
the Pearl Harbor
Why
and
let it
that
fly
area
all the
with
way
lasers
across
and
the
shit.
country, then
That's
talk
not
right
a
down?
coincidence.
Logan tokes the flower. LMAO China is playing with fire.
You let it fly over the whole country and then
Billy
wait to take it
Valentine.
down so that when you take the next one
Okay,
down,
hear
everybody
me
knows
out.
about it.
If a
For
vehicle
publicity.
depreciates
Eventually.
11%
It's a
when
big
it leaves the lot,
billboard
then
in
we
the
ask
sky.
dealer how many test drives it's had
Joe
to get the
Biden's
car
got
for
this under
$1,000 bucks.
control. He's the president. He's going to shoot every other one down now. But first, everyone had to find out about the first one.
Or was it the first one?
That's funny, Billy. Never. No, the rule is never buy a brand new car. Ever. Never buy a brand new car. But, you know, I did. So never listen to me, I guess, would be, I don't know. So the death toll over there is now 28,000 that they're reporting in. It's going to be more like 150,000 probably. After all the hunger and disease and, you know, starvation, they're going to be, you know, dehydration. There's people aren't going to be able to get in there to help other people. There's going to be so much death. It's a really bad situation made way worse. That's going to be even made worse. It's just compounded, man. Police departments lower qualifications and reduce training as they struggle to recruit officers. I don't see a problem there.
It's shaping up perfect.
Vladimir Putin. They say MSN reports Vladimir Putin to flee Russia within the next 2 years. Oh yeah, he's running for his life. That's fucking hilarious. What else is going on?
Tula Rose. SDMR clicks.
SDMR. I thought it was ASM. I thought it was ASMR. SDMR. What's SDMR? I don't get it. What else?
Billy Valentine. Am I the only one hoping the Gov is planning a false flag alien invasion? Let's get this going.
Oh, a new alleged liar in Congress just dropped. Really? They got two liars now, not just George Santos.
Nick Brown. LOL Billy.
According to a damning story in the Washington Post, Representative Anna Paulina Luna, Republican from Florida.
ASM are sound clicks.
Is an Air Force veteran and former Obama supporter who used to go by Anna Paulina Mayerhofer before she switched parties to run for Congress. She's now a member of the House Freedom Caucus and has argued that House members should be able to carry firearms to committee meetings. Luna claimed on the campaign trail that while she is a Christian, her father, George Mayerhofer, raised her as a Messianic Jew and that she's part Ashkenazi Jewish. She said these things during an interview with Jewish Insider in which she stood by Marjorie Taylor Greene, who had made anti-Semitic comments. Marjorie Taylor Greene did endorse me, and I was raised as a Messianic Jew by my father, Luna said. I'm also a small fraction Ashkenazi. If she were anti-Semitic, why did she endorse me? Well, end quote. Well, Luna's relatives dispute that fact and say that not only was George a Catholic who never practiced any form of Judaism, but that his father, Heinrich Mayerhofer, served in the Nazi army in the 1940s. It just gets better and better with these Republicans, let me tell you. The story writes itself. Luna's estranged uncle even provided the Post with a photo of Heinrich in uniform, which an independent expert said was consistent with that of a member of the Wehrmacht, which was the armed forces of Nazi Germany. Isn't that funny? Here's a picture of my grandfather. Oh, you know, he's wearing a Nazi uniform? No, she didn't realize that. She didn't realize
Billy
that.
Valentine. Are Jujubes anti-Semitic? I think so.
I think so too. It's worth noting that the reason Luna is estranged from this uncle Edward Mayerhofer is that he used social media to draw attention to inconsistencies in Luna's biography during her first congressional bid. Representative Anna Paulina Luna said that her father was a Messianic Jew, which some family members dispute, and that she has Ashkenazi heritage. Her grandfather appeared to have served in the Nazi army while a young man in Germany. Wow, that's a tweet. She's Mexican American. So people also accuse Luna of only embracing her Hispanic heritage for political gain. She's the first Mexican American woman to be elected. The word "be" is not in there. To be elected to Congress from Florida, though in a 2015 voter registration form, she identified herself as a white, not of Hispanic origin. She identified as Hispanic when she updated her registration in 2019. Weird, right? People are so weird.
Billy Valentine. Why do all Cybers player characters look like me in every game?
You're just that kind of person that just looks like everyone, I guess. I see that too. It's funny.
Billy Valentine. I'm a clown. Billy Valentine. Am I a clone? Billy Valentine. Wait.
Oh my god, it keeps going. Dude, it keeps going. And she just tells all these lies about crimes she was involved in. She's lied about that. There, so she's the next George Santos. This is so funny. Everyone should see my tweet to Pastor Alex under my tweets and replies, and look at the video that went up with it that I can't put up on my YouTube channel.
OG 420 Jr. Hey Nay, how are you?
I'm
Just
good.
got some San Fernando Valley OG.
Nice.
It's a really good smoke.
That video that shows the monkey when the guy hands the monkey a machine gun, AK-47, and the monkey starts shooting the machine gun at everybody at their feet. And it turns out that that's supposedly a CGI.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that a year ago or something.
Yeah.
Like
How I mean, how much of that is CGI, and what I mean. There's a guy here. Is there a monkey there?
No, I believe the monkey will be CGI, right?
Really?
The gun probably the gun probably also.
What the? He hands
I
him
mean,
a
you
gun. Like,
Yeah, but you can do basically everything.
but these
with
guys all have
CGI.
guns.
You could hand the gun to another guy, and that guy can be rendered out of the video, you know, and then they put a monkey in.
Bro. The guy. Okay, wait. The guy's holding a gun with a strap on it. When he moves the gun around, the strap waves around with the gun. I mean, it's because of the way he's moving the gun.
Just physics. That's just physics. You can program that in any 3D engine, bro.
No way.
Look up how
It wouldn't look like that.
Now.
Bro, he puts his hand under the strap.
They literally can.
He plays with the strap on the gun. He's holding the gun in his hand. I mean, there's a man holding a gun. That's obviously a guy holding a real gun, right?
Yeah, and then they can take that gun, 3D print it, and put it into a rendering with the strap and everything. It's really not that hard, bro.
Nick Brown. I can't lie. I thought it was real. I'm sure Google would know.
Shit, dude.
Don't get me wrong, I don't say that it's not a real gun. I just say that thing can't be faked. I mean,
When he fires the gun and you see the gun kind of like.
Hope all is well, bro.
God,
you
dude.
can do that.
That's amazing.
Think of video games today. Think of what you've seen in Unreal 4, who just came out. Think of all that.
None of that looks like this. None of it looks like this video, bro. None of those games look like this. Nothing.
Can be faked
The
these
puffs of
days.
smoke, the strap on the gun,
yeah,
the way the
but
gun
here we're
goes
not
like
talking,
that.
Bro. We are not talking about a game. Here we are talking about a scene that had been rendered. Think about movies, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just saying. I know.
What do you mean you could be wrong? What do you mean? Whoa. What do you mean you could be wrong? What do you mean you could be wrong?
Let me explain without interrupting me, please. I'm saying this has been confirmed to be CGI. I could be wrong that that gun might be there, and it's a guy who holding it, and that guy had been rendered into a monkey. I just think it would be easier to 3D print a gun with the strap and everything, and render everything in a 3D engine, since the possible is there with the physics and the graphics and everything, instead of the other thing.
I'll let
I
you
could be
look.
wrong
I'll let
that-
everybody watch this video with me, and you guys tell me what you think is going on here, because I've never seen rendering anything like this. I mean, I know you could put a gun in somebody's hand and make it fire and all that shit in the movies. I know you could do that. But the way this gun is moving around and the way it's so much more than just, you know.
Then let's say it's a fake gun. It's the monkey holding a fake gun. And then they're adding in the shooting and the recoil and shit after that. Well, they can also do that. The video have been confirmed to be CGI, you know.
Confirmed by who? Confirmed by who?
I don't remember, but I remember we went over this video a year ago and we found out it was CGI.
No. We did go over it. You told You told me, and I took your word for it. I didn't go find it out. You told me. You said no, that's CGI. I go, no way. You go, yeah, it's been confirmed.
I was not the only dude.
It was
not
you.
The only one who fucking.
It was
said it
you.
I remember.
You said it. You said it. It was you.
Okay, your perfect memory is better than mine. I shut the fuck up.
It was you. I know it was you.
I was not the only one. Don't fucking pull that shit.
Bro, the only reason I think it was totally you.
Remember, bro.
It was totally you, Cyber. I remember. That's
Okay,
why I
it was
totally
me.
believe.
Yeah, it's always me. It's me. It's me.
You just admitted that you said it was CGI. You've been saying it the whole time. So now you're trying to say that, oh no, it wasn't me that said it. What are you doing?
You fucking taking. I'm done, dude. You're taking the words out of my mouth. That was not what I said. Fuck you.
Okay, fuck me.
That was literally not what I said, bro.
You told me this has been confirmed CGI. That is what you said.
Yeah. And I still stand by that.
Okay, well, you're the
But
one that
what-
told me that originally, too, and I remember that it was you that told me
Yeah,
that.
but what I said before, what you said I'm lying, is that I was not the only one who said it. There were people in the chat who also told you it was
Yeah, but I
CGI.
didn't care what anybody else said. All I went for was you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're the one who matters to me, not anybody else. You can say other people backed you up all you want. I don't care about them. You were the one
Yeah,
whose
you don't-
word
yeah,
I took for
apparently
it.
you don't fucking care about that.
What's
Looked
that?
it up.
Yeah, apparently you don't care about that.
Well, you said, I didn't care about it until you said maybe I'm wrong. And I'm like, wait, I thought you knew.
Yeah.
So now I want to
was
find
not-
out,
you
and I want
see,
people to
now
see
you
it.
fucking do it again. I was not wrong about it was CGI. I could be wrong about what part of the fucking video that's CGI.
What's that?
You get that? You get the fucking difference in that?
What?
I'm saying the video, there's CGI in it. I don't know if it's the monkey that's CGI, the gun and the monkey that's CGI, if it's only the gun that's CGI.
Right.
But I know it's a fucking CGI project used to a fucking school.
Okay, and that's all I want to know is what the fuck is CGI in it and how did they do it? So fucking calm the fuck
I don't
down.
know.
Calm down,
I just know
dude.
it's
You're like
CGI.
freaking out over this. It's no big deal. It's just a fucking movie, dude. And you're having a fucking shit fit on my show over me wondering if something is CGI or not. I don't mind you yelling at me and shit, you know, but you're treating me like a fucking punching bag now.
Nick Brown. My bad. 20th Century Fox made the video.
Right, let's check it out.
Billy Valentine. That chimp video is CGI. The entire ape is CGI.
Oh, the ape is CGI. So is there somebody, is there like a little person there holding that gun? And then they substitute the monkey in on top of a person? Or is the everything fucking digital? Because watch this part. Watch this.
Nick Brown. Haven't seen this one yet, LMAO.
So what I want to know is, are all these guys paid actors? Was there never a monkey? You know, the monkey, the whole thing the monkey does.
Nope. It's all animated. It won awards at NYU Film Festival.
Bro, you're telling me that those human...
Sitting and calling me a liar on your show, bro. Fucking thank you, man. Thanks for that.
How'd I call you a liar?
You did, and you did it fucking several times, bro. That's why I'm freaking out. You said, and you're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
Light Fawn.
Okay, you're gonna have to show me where I said that you were lying.
Update news. Fast and loud flying airplanes are overhead. Here.
You said, now are you lying? Now you're retracting it. That was what you said, bro.
OMG. Happy New Year.
Bro, you...
And I know I fucking...
I don't want to fucking argue about it. I don't care, bro. I don't care.
Bro. I know I overreacted. I'm sorry. I have a fucking bad day. And I'm sorry. Okay?
All right, well, I accept
I'm
your
sorry.
apology because I love you, bro. And that's cool.
I love you too, and I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry.
Okay.
I just...
OG 420
I'm sorry.
Jr.
I just want to find out
Still
how they
looks
did
so
this shit.
raw.
I'm just
None
kind of
like
curious.
coming on
I
the show.
just...
And I
just
always
know-
believed you when you told me this was
I-
CGI.
Yeah,
I
because
believed you.
I know for a fact it's a project to an animation school. And when you then sitting and say, now you don't believe me and shit, how the fuck do you think that make me feel, man? Really?
Nick Brown. My homies too.
Just
And you're doing
because
it on a fucking
I'm
live
looking
show,
at a
blasting it out
gun,
to people, you don't
I'm
believe
looking
what
at a
I'm
gun
saying,
that's
man.
firing and moving and a strap and a guy's holding a strap. Are you telling me the humans are real now? Okay, so was the
I
gun
never
real?
denied that. I never did.
No, I'm talking
I
to
never
Billy.
denied.
I'm talking to Billy in the chat. He says, no, the humans are real.
I'm sorry. Let me say, I'm sorry to the audience. I'm fucking sorry.
It's
I'm an idiot.
it's okay, dude. I
overreacted.
scream at them all the time, Cyber. Welcome to the club. It's okay. You can scream all you want.
No, I cannot, because was out of line. If it was.
Bro, didn't you say I knew you were having a bad day. So you told me you were having a bad day. You know, I could tell. You know, you had a migraine yesterday. So
Yeah.
I understand, brother. You're allowed that as many times as you want.
Thanks, but
You're
it was
welcome.
out of line.
Nick Brown.
It was.
That's okay. I don't
Your
I don't
big
bruise
brother,
that
my
easily.
little brother.
I know, but it was doing a fucking live show, man. I usually don't melt down like that.
All right. So
But listen to me. I'm pretty sure what you see there, the humans are real. How I see it, they're probably, and the gun
OG
might be
422
real
here.
You
too
gotta
at a
look at the
certain
gun,
point,
bro.
This is what
or,
makes it
or the whole
crazy,
time.
because you guys
But I'm
real
pretty
and
sure
not
they have
fake.
taken a kid or something, a small person, a guy walking on his
Right.
Billy
feet, or
Valentine.
something, who have imitated
Other popular
all the
videos
movement
that
of
are
that
NYU
ape,
film
and then they
projects.
cut
The
him
Eagles
out
doing a
and
toggle
replaced
every
it
UFO
with a
video,
CGI
and Jimmy
animation
Dore's
of an
hair
ape.
color.
I bet we could find a video that shows how they made this, a making of this video. That'd be fucking killer to watch.
It would.
Nick Brown. That makes the most sense.
But I
to me,
remember
Cyber.
when it fucking went up on Reddit, there was a huge fucking discussion about this video.
Billy Valentine.
It's just so
I know
believable.
chimps. The chimp is full CGI.
Right? Look at that guy, man. Right there, that's where you see that gun fire back is the one thing where it just kind of seems a little unreal. It's like that gun really kicks when he fires it. And I'm like, that's an AK-47, bro. You know, even a monkey holding that thing, I don't think that gun's going to kick back like they made it look. It looks more like something with more power, you know.
It says here the video
lighter
that
gun.
claims to show an ape firing a gun is in fact fake. The video looks real and
Billy
seems
Valentine.
very real. However, the
If
video
that
is
chimp were
fake and
real,
was
it would
created
kill
by
the director
20th
before the camera was
20th Century
delivered.
Fox Studio, as it says in the corner of the screen. However, why was this video made? It was made as an advertising campaign for the upcoming film, Planet of the Apes. That's
What?
literally the first Google
That
link that
is
popped up, bro.
so
Literally the first
weird.
Google link.
And so they released it like a viral video and didn't tell anybody. Oh, that is so weird.
It's the first Google link, bro. You can just Google. It's literally the very first Google link. If you type in monkey shooting gun, fake or real, and the first link that pop up is that.
Yeah, but that wouldn't probably
all
have
the
popped up
videos.
the day they released the video on Google.
That's
you know?
true. That is true. That is true.
I
But there
am.
was a
I
big
was always so
fucking fight
impressed
on
with
Reddit
that.
over it also.
I always was so impressed with it, and I never tried to think of in my brain what I was seeing. I was like, oh, it's CGI. Okay, so Cyber told me it's CGI, and I've seen, you know, Planet of the Apes, and I've seen all that. You know, I've seen how they do that. But God, they did a fucking good job on it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna
And
be a good movie.
it's you know,
But when you think about it, in the Planet of the Apes, the apes are walking around with guns and shooting them, no problem, you know.
I'd have to see.
Yeah.
I'd have to see what that looks like and compare it to
It was
this,
made for
because
the
you know,
rise of
this
Planet of the Apes.
the way the
So
guy
weird.
who's filming it like jerks the camera back and starts running, and you know, it's so believable. It's like that's why you barely see it, you know, because you didn't catch it all.
Yeah.
And that right there really convinces you
Billy
that you're seeing
Valentine.
something real. That's a
I
big
could give
element
you a
of it,
message
is
to
that
Smith
fear
Ackerman if I
of the
wanted to.
cameraman.
You're right.
It's
You're
funny.
right.
I want to see this movie now. Like that's all I know about movie.
What, Planet of the Apes?
You never
If
seen
they,
that?
if they release this as a movie, that would be amazing.
Oh, well, go
Sure,
watch
yeah.
Planet of the Apes and tell me what the guns look like when they fire them, bro, because I'm impressed. I mean, the puffs of smoke. Dude, the little puffs of smoke.
First
Right?
time I've seen it.
Right here. See those
Yeah,
puffs
but
of
do you
smoke?
pop?
And
but little puffs of smoke like that, I'm sure that can be animated.
dude,
also.
it is animated. I'm positive they disappear. I don't think the smoke would have disappeared that quickly.
No.
Billy Valentine.
Right?
Let's make Planet of the Dead.
Yeah, and then they're gone. I don't think a gun looks like that when it fires. That's funny, man. It just adds to the realism of it. That's so funny. I'd have to see a real gunfire.
Dawn of the Apes movie clip. Hold on, I'm
William
finding a
Robertson.
scene here where the apes are shooting.
Hey, Nate.
Oh yeah,
Cyber.
that
it
scene
is
right
super
here.
rare
Hold on.
To see someone apologize as
I
you
already
did.
know what scene it is.
That is OG.
Even though I haven't seen it
Cyber,
yet.
you got called an OG for the apology in the chat.
Oh,
He's like, it takes a
thanks.
real man to do that.
Oh.
I agree. That's why he's my best buddy.
I don't fucking mind owning up to my mistakes. I mean, try that video there. The ape fire gun there. That's from the movie. It's only 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, I can't show this on my screen, I'm sure. Or have the audio, but
If you only hold on, I'll tell you when he starts shooting the gun, so we don't have to shoot everything.
oh,
20 Junior.
oh, what the hell is
For a bunk
this,
style,
Go 10 minutes, 10 seconds then.
bro? I don't
Apes Donnie understand simple machines. A chimp would try to club you with a rifle and shoot itself on accident.
I don't remember this part. I don't even know what I'm watching right now.
But there were two or three modern movies made with Planet of the Apes. Dawn Planet of the Apes, Return to Planet of the Apes, and someone else, I think I don't recall the name of. So you might not have seen all of them. Okay, that was not a good example right there where he's shot.
I know, because the gun's like kind of hovering up there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the strap is doing the thing. You know, his strap is moving around, bro. Like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It is. As he moves it, the strap is like,
That was
that's
2014.
badass.
That movie?
What?
Is it 2014? Did it say that?
This
movie?
says 2014. Yeah, I don't remember that
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
I do not remember that scene. Does anybody?
Yeah, I remember it.
Really?
It's it's where the apes go out to gather weapons, and he go in to kind of lure some of them away and take some out.
Bro, I don't think
might be
I've
wrong.
seen that movie then. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen that movie.
it's not the one with the guy I don't recall his name, where it starts out in space. That's the other one. I think that's
Space.
called Return to Planet of the Apes. Yeah, where they're on a space station and they have a monkey they do
Bro,
experiments with.
I don't even
and-
know what the hell we're talking about.
And then they send the monkey out in space, and he go into a wormhole, and he get teleported into the future or something, or the past.
Benji.
I don't know.
No, bro. What was the one with Caesar? Isn't that Caesar?
That's the one. Yeah, that is Caesar, the one with space that starts in space. Yeah, with Matt Damon or whatever he's called.
No, I'm so confused right now, bro. I'm so confused right now.
Hold on, let me wiki the.
Didn't he have? Oh my god, I'm so confused right now. He had the monkey.
No, there
at
was a
home.
remake of the Planet of the Apes that wasn't that good.
He had the
looking.
monkey at home, and the monkey attacked somebody, and he had to.
Caesar,
The monkey got out of his house, and he had to, and they fucking made him lock the monkey up in with a whole bunch of other monkeys in a monkey jail. He was in monkey jail, and he made friends with the freaking gorilla, and then they took over the freaking bridge.
There is the remake that starts in there's in 2001 one called Planet of the Apes. Then there's one in 2011 called Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Then 2014, Dawn of Planet of the Apes. 2017, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, I got a lot of catching up to do, I guess. Holy
Yeah, me too. I
shit.
don't think I've seen War of
Travis
Planet of the
Teasdale.
Apes, but I remember
Planet of the Apes remake.
Rise of Planet and Dawn of the Planet. I don't remember Planet of the Apes, a reboot from 2001. To be honest.
Dude,
I do.
look who's in the
That's the one I do remember.
look who's in the chat. Travis Teasdale.
Oh, hey, Travis.
Bro. What's going on? Long time no see.
Travis Treesdale. Can't remember who that.
Gathered his army. How he
And
so it's after he takes the bridge. At the end of that
And
first
in two-
movie. Is that
In
it?
2024,
Travis Teasdale.
Kingdom of Planet of the Apes
Did
gonna
the
come out.
aliens bring any with them?
Travis, we call it cannabis now, bro. Lots changed since you've been here. We call it cannabis, man. Welcome to Nate's Garden.
I'm
Tula
packed if
Tatro.
it is. OG wanna smoke.
Tula. Hey, Tula.
Travis Teasdale. I'm just enjoying my afternoon with some good cannabis.
Hell yeah, you are, son.
I didn't even know they were making a new movie with Planet of the Apes.
I thought that this is an advertisement for a movie that has not been released yet, so we're all don't know.
The next is 2024, Kingdom of
Goes to
Planet
sh-
of the Apes.
Are we all over 30 here? Yeah, I think we're totally out of touch. What's going on?
No,
I
dude, it's
remember the old one with Charlton Heston.
Yeah, right.
it's the
Planet of the
fucking
Apes.
Mandela effect.
Damn you all to hell! You did it!
damn
You
you
really
to hell.
did it!
All the movies are
Pounding his
different.
hands into the sand.
Yeah, I had that on Betamax.
Yeah, I watched it so many times also, man. Jesus Christ.
There's another one that had that Godzilla, King Kong. Yeah. Anyway,
All right, guys, bottom of the hour almost, so I'm just going to say no law regarding cannabis to your cyber, Jiminy, Travis Teasdale, Tula, everyone that's on the Rumble Sphere, Notlin,
Hippie chick.
Hippie Chick. Cheers, everybody.
cheers.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody. And sorry for the meltdown.
Baba Phaser. Cheers, brother.
Travis Treesdale. Why does that sound familiar, man? Is he from Canada?
Yes, he is from Canada.
BC, right? Yeah, I think.
Travis, what was your name in the chat, bro?
Oh, I remember now. I know. I remember him. I remember. Okay.
Travis
Canadian
Teasdale.
cannabis. That's it.
Canadian cannabis.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. All right. Well, I'm hitting my bong again because it's bottom of the hour in 30 seconds, and I
Hold
got
on,
more
let me-
cannabis in my bowl.
Let me pack on.
right.
Give me a second.
Cannabis finest.
This whole world's a clown show, bro. I guess, I guess
And sometimes I wonder if, and, I, and that cannot be the case because I think a
Travis
big
Teasdale.
part of this is the internet,
I need a
how
new
fast
bong.
information spreads
I
and
sold
how
all
gullible
mine.
people
Now
is.
I need one for
Right.
the flower
But
again.
I, but but I often wonder how our parents felt when they were about our age and they know
Right? I was just
about the
thinking about my
world. Yeah,
grandparents. It's so funny.
Exactly what it
yeah,
was. It's exactly how they felt. And we used to laugh at them.
Right? We used to laugh at them,
I
but
think.
they knew what was up, man. Cheers to that.
yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to that.
Cyber, Jiminy, Travis, Canadian Cannabis, Baba Fazar, Hippie Chick, everyone's in the sphere, Notlin. 15 people on Rumble, man. It's great. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Nick Brown. Cheers, guys. Travis Teasdale. Cheers.
Nick Brown, cheers.
Hippie Chick.
Oh, I should have put the music on while the bong was a bubbling. I still got coffee.
Patrick John Welder.
When you got time, bro, at
Wowzers.
some
Looks
point,
like
watch this
Drake is
video
connected
link
to a
in
rapper's murder and
Discord.
is forced
I would
to
like to
attend
hear your
court.
opinion on it.
Which
It's a long
one?
video,
China
so
fires
watch it.
lasers?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know if I'm allowed to
Not
watch.
like laser beams.
I don't
No,
know.
they do. They are ground penetrating radars.
Okay, radar, yeah.
The main function of them, that satellite specifically, it created to so they could measure the CO2 content in the air over Virginia and shit like that. But they have fired it over Hawaii, over the observatory and close to Pearl Harbor and the military base and all that shit. And that radar can fucking see what's on the ground and shit also. And that happened at the same time that those balloons flew over. So
They're doing something.
they doing something. They definitely are. And we can
A little
laugh
bit
at
of,
those balloons and
backstory
shit,
here.
but they are doing something. And
Could be, yeah.
and the funny part is when you watch that video, those two guys that lived in China,
little
married to
bit-
Chinese women and shit, they can speak Chinese. They go into a Chinese website, and when the American part of that website is all the space and its glory and work together and the planet's green and all that. Then you go to the Chinese version, it's just the CCP weapons warfare, and it's the same website. I mean, there's one part that puts out to the Western audience, and then what the Chinese people get told them what's happening in China. That's why they have the Great Firewall and shit, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
they are so fucking two-faced, and that's why I know 100% they are gonna invade Taiwan. They are. And I also know 100% that Chinese is not that threat that people think they are because everything in China is fucking falling apart.
Yep.
But
Middle class is rising.
yeah, also because of corruption and shit, and it's literally the corruption is so fucking bad, you know. I mean, if you those two guys, they really know what they're talking about, especially because they lived in China. They're not biased, they're not racist, anything, but they just call the shit out from the CCP as it is. Because the
Nick
CCP, they do
I
something
think
called
asterisk you're correct, Cyber.
soft power, and that soft power, that
Brown.
is basically warfare,
My thoughts
just on
anyways.
every front, like economic warfare, commercial warfare, information warfare, all that shit. And when you think about it, man, TikTok is owned by China, you know that, and they have an algorithm that is fucking programmed to pump shit out to the young people, you know. And we know what they pump out to the young people right now, you know. I mean,
Yeah. It's different what they get. They get like educational stuff.
it is just so.
I mean, I know
And
a
then-
few people who live there, so that's how I get my information.
Yeah, it's just a lot of people don't take China for
Nick
anything,
Brown.
and it's funny I did it.
TikTok is
But
completely
I
deaf over
really
on
think
China as
China is a
well.
threat.
It's educational over
Building,
there.
actually, so. I move a couch. There's always going on with the government.
And I didn't know any of this shit
Eric
4
Lee.
years ago. It was only when I
This
fell
all
over one
alive
of the
Biden just
channels and
wanted
started
to get his
watching that.
clout back for handling the balloon thing wrong. Nick Brown. You okay, Nay?
Yeah, I was just reading through some Twitter posts here while Cyber and Jiminy were chatting, and I heard what Eric said about and I was getting this video ready that Cyber wanted us to watch about this is all a lie. Biden just wanted to get his clout back for handling the balloon thing wrong. I really doubt they're scrambling an F-22 fighter and shooting nothing down. I really doubt that.
Yeah, it's expensive to in fuel just to fucking start it up.
And you think
Fly
the
a little bit
military
and
is
land
going to
again.
do what the president says when there's not a target up there and play along? I mean,
And
how
al-
stupid would you have to
also-
be, Eric, to believe
And also
something
what
so
you
dumb?
said before, it is expensive because not just the fuel, but that Sandwine AIM-X9, I think they fired off, that cost $450,000 or something like that. So that's not just something to fire off
Nick
for fun,
Brown.
you know.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, here, I got this video right here.
Story here. January 28th.
Nick Brown.
Okay, there's a Japanese
Wait,
telescope
Come on, Eric.
which is
Wake up.
based in Hawaii.
Yes.
Okay, I'll bring it up here. So I'm going to show you some footage here. And it recorded these strange lasers coming from space.
Space lasers, dude.
I know. And by the way, it's called the Subaru telescope, Subaru Asahi telescope. So here it is slowed down slightly. You can see these laser pulses. Here's the contrast enhance. You know, there we go. So you can see it.
It's very interesting.
Now, of course, most people will be like,
It
"What?
is
What the
interesting.
hell is this? What's
Yeah,
going on?"
sure.
Okay. Initially, they suspected that it was coming from a NASA satellite, because there is a NASA satellite that has that uses lasers to determine the amount of ice, you know, on the globe or whatever, to keep track of global warming, that kind
Sure.
of nonsense, you know, some or other thing. But then NASA kind of pitched in and said, "Hey, no, bro, that
Not
wasn't
us.
Yeah.
Stop
Not our
slamming
laser."
us with
It was
your-"
almost like the knee-jerk thing. No, it's not Chinese. It's not Chinese.
No, I mean-
Everyone.
Remember, this is January 28th. So look,
Yeah.
the timing is kind of important.
Brown.
Yes.
Same time as that
Using
balloon's
lasers
floating
for
around.
scanning?
Okay, just saying.
I mean, what's
okay?
the point?
This
What are
is
they
a
looking
little bit
for?
odd.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
They're gonna explain you. They're gonna explain you.
dude, I bet you I know what they're fucking looking for. I bet they're
They
looking.
are.
I bet
They
they're
are
looking for
mapping
water.
the whole No, they are mapping the whole topography and looking for underground
Billy
buildings and
Valentine.
shit like that.
I have bad news.
They can look.
Well, he's also CGI.
They can look at the ground like the trees is not there at all because they use different fucking frequency of that laser.
I bet
and
they're
they
looking
can
for water.
penetrate.
I bet they're looking for water.
Probably. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we'll see. We'll see.
Eventually, it
They're
comes
buying
out,
it all
and
up.
after doing a lot of
In America, they're
tests,
buying up.
like
China is buying up
tracing
all of the
trajectory
water.
and all that.
All
that
the
it was
water
actually
land.
a Chinese satellite.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was a specific satellite which we're going
Farmland.
to hear.
Just be getting a layout.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Japanese there.
yeah, I know, right?
They're looking for fucking dude. They're going
we'll
over
tell you
military
why.
It was a
sites,
civilian laser pointer, right?
and in between they're looking for
Coming from
fucking
space.
water aquifers.
Yes.
I wonder if those lasers go down that deep.
Yes.
Probably not.
Exactly. All right. So this
But they are
is
not-
on April
I don't
15th is
recall
when
how
the,
deep
this
they are. They're
specific
not
Chinese
really deep.
satellite, which is called the
Yeah, I
AEMS,
can't
which is
That's
actually
when it went up.
yeah, it went up
Okay.
on the 15th of
It
April.
wouldn't be
It's
a
not
laser,
lasers,
right?
Actually,
It
its
would be
its
a,
Chinese
radar.
name is the
Laser.
Da
It's
Chi
looking for
Yihao,
interior
which means atmosphere
Atmosphere,
one.
yeah.
Da Chi means big air,
Yep.
which is Chinese for atmosphere.
That's correct.
Because you know, what do you do when you're Chinese? You're like, this is Chi, air. What do you call that up there? It's big. It's big air.
It's very literal language.
Yeah, it is, it
That's
is.
what I
Yeah,
kinda
well,
love
they're
about
always
Mandarin
like
is
that.
Yeah,
that it's
so literal, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let's take a look. This is the Da Chi Yihao was launched, from Shanxi province.
Yep.
And let's take a look because it'll show you in
No.
this lovely, typical of Chinese
wants to go out
space
again.
stuff. It's very CG orientated. We'll be able to
Always.
see what this thing is supposed to do. All right. So wait for this long burnout. Okay, there we go. This is their lovely
This is from
satellite.
state media.
Well, this is from the actual Chinese
Space program.
space,
Okay.
Center for Space, this and that. And it's kind of their NASA, right?
Yeah.
Billy
So you can see what it's doing here. Is it's
Hey,
firing
Odyssey laser
lasers
pointer.
down,
You
okay,
can
and this
call
is
it a
supposed to
Jewish
be
laser.
a
Put the face on it.
CO2 laser. It's supposed to be the first satellite with a CO2
Marjorie
laser
Taylor
detection
Greene.
capability.
And you can see that's actually China below it.
Yeah.
In the demo.
Yeah, that can realize all day and high precision detection of carbon dioxide.
And
Okay,
PM 2.5.
yeah. So what you're seeing there is they're basically shooting a laser at a city.
Yeah.
I'll explain how all this works in a minute.
Seeing where all the people are.
But this is correct. This is a real instrument, okay?
Yeah.
And what you can do is, you know, depending on the frequency of the laser that gets shut down, it's a LiDAR system,
Yeah.
which is very, very good for this kind of thing. It can detect particulates in the air, and so it can kind of give you a reading on how much pollution is in whatever area.
Yeah.
So very useful. Useful if you want to keep track of pollution
Yeah.
levels in certain cities or whatever the
Yeah.
case,
Find
right?
out concentrations
China
of people.
literally hides. They
Also,
literally
that's
stuff
probably,
cotton inside of
Ten
the
out of
Where to
10.
drop the
so that
nukes?
people can't see how much pollution there
Yeah.
is.
So here you can see in their demo, by the way, again, shooting lasers
How
back
many
and forth.
nukes
Way
does
more.
China have, though, Cyber?
That's
You told me
China.
they didn't have a lot of weapons and shit.
So this is their official sort of launch thing
They
about
have,
this,
but
bragging
it's
about,
not that
oh, it can
quality you
detect
think they are.
CO2. So I thought, hey, I'm going to go to this, what is it, China Aerospace Science and Technology
This is their
Corporation.
NASA.
Yeah, it's their NASA. Going to go to their website. Going to see if I can find out a little bit about this thing.
Look
right?
at this
Because it's
shit.
weird
This
that
is
they're shooting
mind-blowing.
lasers. This is the satellite shooting lasers at Hawaii.
Yeah.
Just want everyone to understand. There's a lot of people that are tuning in. China shot lasers from a satellite into Hawaii. You tried to figure out why, like, perhaps why, right?
Now, this is kind of interesting. So you go to their website, their English
Really
website,
bad.
okay? Here you can see it on the screen.
China has
Doesn't that
tons of
look
nukes,
nice?
But they're all
So, like,
counterfeit.
Yeah, it looks
oh, space
simple.
systems,
Counterfeit
defense
nukes.
systems, space technology, space services, exchanges and cooperation. It looks very nice. So I thought, hey, let's go and see the Chinese version of this
now.
website. So you
They
click
say
the general
Nike
button
on the
up there.
side.
Right.
Nike
Bam, and
box.
it's like, what is
It's
this?
the
The
same
Soviet
website.
Union?
Yeah, it's
you
the
know?
same website.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden it's military application.
Yeah, it's about how we can boost the Communist Party, you know?
I don't know why I became a terrorist.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Look, nuclear warheads or whatever.
Like what? Like if that doesn't
That's
show
the same
the
website.
difference in intent
yes.
for Western audience, or I should say the outside world.
This is
right?
how China works, yeah.
It is. This is why we speak so passionately about like how what the Chinese
That
government
is why
does is because we
China
saw
is
it
so
from the
dangerous,
inside.
man.
Yeah.
What China tells its own
reality.
people is very different from what they tell you.
Yeah, look at the doves. It's got the gold doves.
It's
That's
a
just
key feature.
Yeah, every single propaganda
CCP website.
crap from CCP's got doves in it, man.
Yes.
It's cringe.
This is the same website, guys.
It's
This
exactly
is
the
NASA
same.
equivalent.
So there's a reason I'm showing you this. Is like you were saying, is it shows you that you know, these things like the Great Translation Movement and
Yeah.
so on, they hate them so much because they actually expose this.
Yes.
They expose the fact that to the outside world, China's all got a very friendly face,
Yeah.
more or less, except the
Yeah.
wolf warrior shit. But then internally on the Chinese internet, they're vicious and very different, and
Yeah.
they treat the outside world terribly. So you look at this very nationalistic, very
What
militaristic,
is it that the
very
laser
sort of
tells them that a
unfriendly-looking,
satellite doesn't?
website.
Yeah, it looks like a
wonder-
war poster.
He comes to
You
that.
know what I
He
mean?
comes to that.
Looks
Look,
like a
it's got,
Soviet war
look at
poster.
that. That's like those are the ones they sold to North Korea, by the
Yes.
way. Those
Yes.
those sort of mobile launch units
Yeah.
or whatever.
Good job.
So anyway, I was like, okay, let's go back to the English version of this website. There we go. Oh, it looks so nice, doesn't it? It's
does.
just so like social
Space.
responsibility it has up
Yeah.
there. And then I'm going down and I'm looking here and I'm like, what is this? Exchanges and cooperation.
Interesting.
And then you just take a look at this, and it's like, for the purpose of peacefully utilizing space technology and serving economic and social development, CASC greatly promote development of international cooperation programs. And I'm thinking, this is just like
It's such a
Does
thing.
China
this
do
is just like all
joint
these
space
shills
station
and all
stuff
this
with
nonsense
Russia?
these
Same
days.
thing.
We have to build bridges.
They
Let's
have
work together.
astronauts.
Meanwhile,
China's
behind
got
closed doors,
astronauts,
it's like
right?
we're developing
We'll
a
blow
powerful
I don't
world-class
know.
military.
Yeah.
If
China
you
have a
translate
space
some of those
station.
things.
Nick Brown.
Doesn't China have a space station or something?
I believe China they even have a space station, or they are in the what do you call it? They are building it. one of those two things.
on the
Those two have talked about it. It might. I don't recall which one it is. And
Chinese
when I say space station, I'm not talking about something as big as ISS.
Right.
website. It's like helping to build a world-class, powerful military.
I can make two amazing recent analogies. COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We are trying to make sure that we
They-
send PPE across the world so we
They
can
are
save the
building
rest
it.
of the world.
Sorry,
Because
it's
China,
not
we have the
there.
correct
Building.
response and we'll help you, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we hope everyone dies. Look at everyone die. Official state
Yes.
media.
Official
Well, look at all the
European
millions
space
dying in
station
India.
is
This
a
is
permanent
awesome.
crewed space station constructed by China and operated by China Manned Space Agency in low Earth orbit between 340 and 450 kilometers above the surface.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, look, this is on their Chinese website. It's like just showing.
Another recent example.
Yeah.
Balloon, right?
Yeah,
It's not. There's nothing wrong with this balloon. It's totally peaceful and civilian and stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we shot down the balloon and crushed the enemy.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I really hate the fact that they've got all this like, and this is how they dupe all these stock bros to invest or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're like so peaceful and nice on their English website.
Yeah.
They're like cooperation, and we strive to the peace and the cooperate and all this nonsense.
Biggest wolf in sheep's clothing
Yeah,
of all
you
time.
go into their Chinese website, they're bloody bragging about their, nuclear launch platforms and stuff that they're doing, and
This is what
and
the space program is
UAVs
used
and
for.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
NASA's not like that.
No.
NASA doesn't have like a Chinese version of its page that says like China's amazing, we love
No.
you, and then on the other side it's like defeat
will
them with space-based
blow them
lasers. Yeah.
I know.
It's like
It's insane.
anyway. So I finally did track down on their website
Sure.
the Dachi 1 atmospheric monitoring satellite. This is before it was completed, of course.
Sure.
And it's basically supposed to be something to go up there and just monitor the atmosphere and all that sort of thing, which sounds very benign.
Yeah.
Sounds like redundant, since there are already plenty of things like that out there.
But why? Let me bring it back.
Mhm.
This is the exact satellite that you've pinpointed, right?
Yeah.
Why is it shooting green lasers at Hawaii?
So it is a
Yeah, I'm gonna
satellite.
bring that up in a
I know.
minute.
Just
Really balanced.
everyone that's new here.
Oh, yeah.
So it
figuring this out.
combines both passive and active
ING
sensing,
ramen
which
noodles
can realize comprehensive monitoring of the atmospheric environment in a better way, according to the chief designer. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the premise behind this thing.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's got an ACDL, which is aerosol and carbon dioxide detection lidar.
Okay.
And this is the device that is emitting this laser. Okay.
Okay.
But now, if you know anything about lidar technology, which is light detection and ranging, I believe, and make sure I'm not making a mistake with that.
It's fine.
I'm not an expert on this stuff, so I just want to make sure.
Crispy
Yeah, it is
Chris.
light detection and ranging.
Ball ripping some French
Which
berries.
how it works is
Right
it
on, Chris.
shoots a laser at something and it bounces back to the sensor, and then of course it uses the calculations
Crispy Chris.
depending on how far away, how long it takes to
Hello?
come
Hey,
back to
buddy.
see the distance of something.
It's basically to see texture and depth of things. See beyond something.
Yeah, it's like sonar.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
But with
radar.
LiDAR. It's the
but
yeah.
it's the same thing, but with
Using
lasers.
light. Yeah.
But it's got some very interesting abilities, and so what you can do is you can actually map very accurately so the topography of things.
Yeah,
Okay,
very interesting.
But because it's a laser, it can actually go through, and especially if you adjust the frequencies of the laser, it can go through vegetation, just like light goes through the trees.
Almost like an X-ray.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it though. If you're in a forest and you're sitting there
Yeah.
and you see the light bleeding through the trees,
Yeah.
My phone has a
well, this
LiDAR
can do the
sensor.
same thing. So it
Yeah,
can
it's
go.
mapping.
Yeah, it can go through the vegetation, and it can it'll bounce off the leaves. And here's an interesting thing. Okay, what you're seeing over here is commercial lidar,
Yeah.
which you can, for instance, in the States here, you can hire a lidar company. It's very expensive, but they can come out and say map your farm. Okay, if you're going to do some construction
Makes
or
sense.
something.
Yeah. Sees
And now-
through the vegetation.
Yeah, take a look. Here you can see the vegetation, but with LiDAR, you can actually see the bare ground and, more importantly, any structures beneath the vegetation. Because what happens is the laser penetrates and goes through all these gaps in the leaves and so on, and hits the ground and gives you a kind of a good idea of what's underneath the
You
vegetation.
picture you're a farmer.
Yeah.
You're sitting
Okay,
there like, I
I'm
wonder
using-
what's in
only
this
I bought the
forest,
ground.
Yeah.
right? Let's say
My
you
bad.
just bought a plot of land with 10,000 acres, right?
Yeah.
There's a whole part where you can't even tell what's going on. You hire the lidar company to come do that
Yeah.
for you. But I have very sneaking suspicions, though, that could be used for something else.
Sure, I mean, like, look, for instance, this is also another commercial. I got this off of I think they're called Phoenix
I think it's time we do a
Technologies, something
bong
like
hit
that.
for the 37
here's-
viewers.
I'm packed.
Okay.
37. Oh wow.
That is a lot. We have to do a bong rip for all of you. I want to say hello and thank you for joining. Welcome to the Saturday Night Special in Nays Garden. We're watching a video about
Nick
some
Brown.
Chinese technology from a satellite.
Cheers.
A casual stream with no meltdowns or anything.
I think that's what got the people coming in here. I think.
Yeah, that was my thought also.
No
Because
way.
when you came back, there was like 20 more people in here. I noticed it right away. I was like,
It's
There's more
it's not
people
like
here.
it's not like people monitor that and see what's going on, and right. Well, let's ask everybody. Hey, everybody in the chat, let us know why you're here, how you found out about the show, what brought you in here. Let us know if you saw a post, or did you get a notification, or were you listening, from somewhere else and you decided to come in the chat. Just tuned in, heard the news. Do we know anything about the Canada object? We know they shot it down. That's what we know. They shot it down. Trudeau gave the order, and Biden said, or NORAD said, absolutely, we would love to. They sent up a F-22.
I searched for a live stream on the Canada UFO.
Yeah, it's not I wouldn't call it a UFO anymore.
Notification.
it's not flying anymore.
It's a CFB. It's a CFB, a Chinese flying balloon.
All right, no longer regarding cannabis. No, cheers to all of you guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Let's have some fun. Cheers, Cyber, Jiminy, Space Lord, Crispy Chris, everyone in the chats. Not Lynn over there on the Sphere.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Nick. Cheers.
Dude. Hey, what's up, man?
Iron Moms may be
What's going on? What's going on, dude?
lost.
Unreal.
This was the way to the gym.
Unreal.
Crispy Chris. I could have took that balloon out with my powerful auto gun. OG 420
Unreal.
here. I found you through Cannabis Chat and YouTube by watching Sound Drone because you went live with him. Then I saw those trendy tributes, which made me laugh my butt off.
I meant tonight. I meant why did you start watching tonight? But that's cool. Thank you, OG420. Then you saw the trendy tributes. I thought my dog was just in here. But I guess not. Alright, here, let's finish
Why you
Because
basing?
you got vegetation in front of this dam,
this. Unreal.
but then you use this is also a lidar readout, by
Yeah,
the way.
this is not a photo.
And you adjust the frequency, and then you can actually see without the vegetation what's there.
Yeah.
So,
An X-ray.
I mean, think about it from a military application. This is great because you can see exactly where structures are to target them. You can see,
Like a dam.
yeah, you can see where there are good places to hide in vegetation. If you wanted to say mountain invasion or something like that, it's very, very useful. As you can see, this Phoenix lidar systems here. You can see how
Fascinating.
you can
You could
adjust.
strip away the topography.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, depending on the kind of
OG 420
frequencies and whatnot that you
listening to you
use,
tote,
it's
because I got
a
notified.
very advanced
War
mapping
news.
tool.
Right
But
on
look
Light
at what you can
Fun.
see
Hello
compared
in
to a
Light
GoPro.
Fun.
With GoPro, you can't see shit.
Yeah, no. The whole point of this is that you
Harles.
can later extrapolate
Handsome
different
Harles.
data points and
I'm saying
use
to the human eye.
yeah,
You know.
and you can analyze the heights of whatever. You can even see if there's like shrubbery
Yeah.
beneath tree canopies. There's a lot you can do with
Yeah.
lidar technology. Not saying that's what that satellite was doing, but I'm saying it's
Handsome
possible.
Harles.
to
So wicked weird.
Yeah.
Timing too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the timing's strange. Also, why, if this is a pollution monitoring satellite, why are they firing it over Hawaii?
And Mauna Kea, the volcano there. But the thing is, something I want people to. That I was reading.
Yeah.
People were saying, oh, they caught the footage was taking of the
Bro,
lidar coming down over Mauna
Did you
Kea
ever
volcano.
consider
That doesn't.
that they're
What
studying
was
climate
underwriting hanging
change
from the bottom of that last balloon?
Yep.
with these
But
balloons?
if you do it that way, wouldn't you kind of inform the country you're bombarding?
Bro,
with
there's
lasers,
China, they're secretive about everything. Even if they're doing something good,
Yep.
they're not going to tell anybody. That's
Do
China.
something good. Can you name one good thing China have done?
Well, like I'm saying, is if they do good things, they're not going to even talk about it, right? You know,
Okay, fair
right?
Doesn't mean
They
that's
don't. They
Sour
don't brag
chicken.
about anything. They don't talk. It's like, good luck. This is, but, bro. I mean, maybe.
I find it weird that those balloons and the radar there, they come in at the same time.
Maybe
It's
they're
really strange.
maybe they're looking at stuff like Guy McPherson is like, we don't have a lot of time left. Let's see exactly how much time we have left so that we can better calculate what our plans are going to be.
Oh, let me debunk that right away. The Communist Party is not like that. That is all about here and now. Why you think they have overfished their own waters to extension and now going over the rest of the globe and fished that out the extension? Because they're all about here and now. They don't care about what happened when they're dead and there's no one around.
Yeah, but
That is
but
literally the
but,
mindset.
but bro, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and maybe if there is something up with the planet, they at least want to know about it just so they can use it to their advantage. I don't know.
That's right. That's
not
that's
because
the
they want to
point.
do the
That's
right
the point.
thing. Not because they want to do the right thing.
But that's a good point. That's actually a good point. I could see
know.
them use
Yeah,
something like
I don't
their own
understand why they'd be looking for
100.
buildings. You know, it's like, what do they care
Because
about
there's
buildings?
Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, right? That's a big ass military base that's between you and China and Asia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
They might take that out
Hey,
before
Cyber.
they start attacking USA.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Leo Labs? I think I've asked you this before.
It sounds familiar,
Leo
but I
Labs is
cannot.
low Earth orbit, and it shows you like all the satellites.
Oh
and
yeah.
all kind of shit in a real time view. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I wonder if you could see like the balloons and shit on there.
Well, they're above the balloons
I'm
looking
not sure.
down. If you had a good eye, I
Yes,
bet you'd spot them.
satellites are way higher. The
Yeah,
balloon
that's
is
what I was about to
only,
say.
80,000 feet wide, and satellite they are 500,000 feet or higher.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Oh shit.
only thing that they scan.
No, it could have. It's broad spectrum. They could have. They were probably,
It could go-
scanning the whole thing.
It could go far.
Yeah, that's
right?
just the only one that was caught on
Yes.
camera at that particular time.
So
Yeah, and that's also
potential
what you see. That's the
applications.
only
Like
one
I don't
called-
understand why
Right.
you're testing this satellite laser on.
You would think they would have made it
foreign
like a
country,
blue
especially
balloon
an
or something.
adversarial
Like
country.
people
I would imagine they have done it
Dude.
all
Well, I mean,
over
look, let's
USA.
also just be real about this.
That's what I thought
Oh,
too,
yeah.
man. I was like, why didn't they use blue material if they wanted to hide it? Because they weren't trying to hide it.
Yep.
They were trying to.
No. That is because the white is that material who reflects sunlight the best. If it gets too hot, it's gonna pop. That's the reason they use white.
That makes sense because blue's darker and it would get hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
but
do.
why not
That is
just
the
make
reason they use white.
make the bottom blue what you could see, and then the top
Yeah.
could be white. You know, you
I
can
don't know.
fade it.
I've had all kind of questions about all this shit, but I just don't.
Hawaii is where there are a lot of military bases. I mean, think about it. Pearl Harbor, everybody knows.
Like
Pearl
an
Harbor's
airplane,
there.
you know, the
Not
airplane
only
has a
Pearl
different
Harbor,
color
but
on the
many
bottom
different-
than it does
It's a
on the
very
top.
important base.
It's a very sensitive military,
Strategic.
Yeah, strategic.
Like, I've
military
noticed fish
outpost
do
for the
too, you
United
know?
States, Hawaii.
Fish are dark
Okay?
on top and light on the
It's
bottom.
not just the place
Yeah.
where the worst pizza was ever invented with pineapples on it. Okay, it actually is a very strategic.
I
place.
like
And so
pineapple on my pizza.
it's very coincidental that you've got a
Can you go
spy
outside?
balloon flying over Montana,
Like,
where
see all
they've got
your
all
food?
those missile launches and
silos,
stuff,
yeah.
and like all these sensitive military things. And at the exact same time, a Chinese atmospheric monitoring satellite is bombarding.
For topography.
Yeah, it was
Hawaii.
bombarding Hawaii with lidar.
Yeah.
Like,
it
what's
has
going on?
probably,
Yeah, what's happening here?
Why?
We need answers.
Tripod.
Like that's the
I
thing.
mean, come on, guys. Like, is it really? Were they really trying to get smog readings in the middle of the night in Hawaii?
It
I
doesn't
think-
make sense.
Yeah.
They
You
have
know, until there's an
scanned-
official
they have
response,
used that
obviously.
laser to scan
I'm not.
USA,
I'm the last person to ever
parts of
jump
the
on something
United
and say
States
this is absolutely
while the
what's going to be
balloon
used for
flew over.
military
It's
invasion
just
purposes.
they
But
have got caught
it's
in
there's
Hawaii.
so much weird shit that has been unfolding the past
Yeah.
few weeks.
I just
Coming from China, it's
I
not-
just
it's
think
not-
it's too
it's
coincidental.
too weird.
I like
How does the
I like that
average,
guy's
like,
science.
The visible
transporter
spectrum that
plane
you saw there, the
fly?
green.
I like the American guy's science,
with
dude.
people, that's 10 kilometers. That's 13,000 feet. 30,000 feet.
Look at the way he's gripping that
Okay,
freaking.
that's way
Look at the way the
higher,
American dude is gripping that freaking that microphone stand like he's all frustrated. He's sexually frustrated,
Yeah.
and I like his science, man.
that
He's
also.
like, it's just too weird. It's just really weird. I like that science, bro. I want to rewind that a little bit.
There's so much weird shit that has been unfolding the past few weeks. Coming from China.
I just think
insane.
it's too coincidental.
It's too weird.
Now he's gonna grab that freaking mic stand. Boom! Grip it!
Visible spectrum
Grip
that
it,
you saw,
baby!
The green part there. You know, with LiDAR,
hanging
it
on for
operates
dear
on many
life.
different spectrums and frequencies, and you cannot see most of them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could see that particular one. So
Whatever his
who knows
name
what
is,
else they've been doing
Cyber,
and mapping
his
out.
middle name is the Hair. He's got like
He used to have really long, what you call it, forehead hair bangs. Really
he's
long
got
bangs.
hair on hair, bro.
Why
He's got like a hair hat on his hair. He's like got hair on hair, and then he's got a hair hat on top of that.
Mapping Hawaii, and why are they doing this on Hawaii exactly at this particular time? That's really the question.
Yeah.
Is this kind of internationally acceptable? You know, I don't know what the rules are as far as this is concerned.
What do you want
but the
us to
fact that
do,
this is
bro? We'll
happening
shoot
at the
him
same
down.
time
How
is
about
what's
that?
very-
We'll shoot
very
him down when
strange
we
about
see
this
him.
whole thing, and it needs to be looked into, not just brushed off.
Yeah.
And especially the fact that right in the beginning, people
And
are like,
the
"Oh, it's just
satellites.
NASA."
What do we want to do
You know,
about the
it's
satellites?
irresponsible.
It was very widely believed to be NASA in the beginning, and I
Yeah.
think that's
Rogie,
a
do you
huge
need to go
issue.
outside,
that,
buddy?
That sentiment pervaded,
Yeah.
and that's an issue. Right?
Yeah.
This was a Chinese satellite. Now, we're not experts on this
No.
by any means, right? But it's one thing to keep an eye on, and I hope there's an official response about it.
Yeah.
Just like the spy balloon, right?
And just remember that this is supposed to be an atmospheric monitoring LiDAR that's supposed to pick up CO2 particles, but of course it can be repurposed. Of course, it's a LiDAR system. Okay.
Well, you could use it for whatever you want,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If they would have
The
written
technology
Big
is
on the
there
side,
for you to
nobody
use it
would have
for
known the
topographic
difference.
mapping and for whatever else you wanted to do there. And the fact that it's being flown over and shot over Hawaii is something that needs to be paid attention to.
Yeah, I'm assuming the relevant parties are paying attention to it, but
Mm-hmm.
it would be interesting to see what China's response is to this at some point. I mean, yes, we were very concerned about Mauna Kea's CO2 emissions at night. You know what I mean?
Whenever you go against the establishment narrative,
I gotta take my dog out
they
for a
call
walk.
you
I'll be right back. Watch this.
anti-vaxxer or a racist. That's the new thing.
And I'll
They
be
call
back.
you a phobe
Rogie.
of some kind.
Oh,
You're
wait.
a phobe.
Ah!
So you can't go against the establishment narrative. Remember when Eric Clapton?
Rogie laid down, man. He was sitting up at attention, and he's just totally freaking laid down. So never mind. We're here. We're good. Which is great. I'm sorry for making you think that I was going to walk away. I'm not walking away. I'm going to stay right here. The dog settled down. He settled in. We're chilling. We're hanging. We're playing some
it open.
Mad Max. We're out on the open desert. It looks like, man, this reminds me of California in the morning when the sun's
Ain't it
rising.
mind-blowing how on the Chinese website it's just catered to the Western audience, and then on the same side it's fucking night and day when it's to the Chinese people.
Yeah.
I really find that mind-blowing.
Yeah, but they're propagandists
Crispy Chris.
to an art
LMAO.
with
That's right,
the
yeah.
little doves.
Yeah.
It was so subtle, the little doves, that those guys picked right up on it. They're like, look at the doves up in the corner, bro. It's just so freaking propagandist and evil in 1984. Weird shit. We're showing you rockets that are going to murder millions of people with peace doves. Because these are keeping the peace. Us having these, ensures that we'll always have peace. I guess that's the message there. So he's talking about that crap, and I don't want to talk about that anyway.
A little bit of backstory here. January 20th.
You guys want the news on the UFO over Canada? How about I bring you a little bit of that, since that's the title of the video. I'll bring you some live coverage of that. What do you say? What do you say? Live coverage.
Canadian Defense Minister just a few moments ago, because I have, I listened to that press conference and I had lots of questions. First of all, this Canadian Defense Minister said that the object that is, I guess, of interest here in all of this, that was shot down over the skies in Canada earlier today, was cylindrical in shape. That is the exact word she used. She said cylindrical in shape. She said it was flying at about 40,000 feet. Going back to the conversation you and I had earlier this evening, you can't have objects flying that low, could get in the way of civilian aircraft, obviously. But what is your sense of it, listening to that kind of information, particularly the shape of this object that is very odd?
Well, it's very odd, if you're looking for a traditional balloon or an aircraft, but throughout history, there have been many cylindrical flying objects, not to mention dirigibles, and there have been rigid form dirigibles. They don't have to be just a gossamer balloon, so to speak. So the fact that no one has reported that the object took evasive action, it suggests that perhaps it was not being remotely controlled, perhaps it was moving with the winds, etc. But right now, it could be a lot of things, not to mention, as mentioned before, it could be a rigid form of a balloon or other object that have been used both by the United States and other countries in the past.
I guess one of the questions that I have, Mary, is why is it, here we are about a day, more than a day after this object was shot down off the coast of Alaska, we still haven't been told any information as to the specifics of what that object was. And, then we have this other object shot down today. It's very peculiar.
Right. Well, I can tell you from firsthand experience, since I've been up here working in Alaska for about two and a half weeks on another plane case, air crash case. The weather's really bad. Not bad per se. There's just a lot of snow. It's a bit windy. It's very cold. It's very foggy. So between the snow and the fog, and you're trying to land on, they said it was an ice pack, an ice island. Even for our great, aviators and seafarers in the U.S. military, that's tough. And so the weather here is rather obscured, so to speak, and the snow is coming down heavily in Anchorage.
So it may just be that they can't get to this object in a safe way, and that this is just a dicey kind of operation to go and inspect it, because what Natasha Bertrand, our national security reporter, was telling us earlier on this program was that the pilots who were trying to fly up close to this object in Alaska yesterday were having different accounts, offering different accounts as to what they saw. So I suppose the elements, to your point, might be a factor in all of this.
Right, visibility is rather poor. I'm working very close to an airport, and believe me, it's all IFR, instrument flight rule operations right now. Planes that are taking off, they disappear into the clouds very quickly, especially with snow coming.
Just send me up with a buffet in my own balloon.
Right on, Chris.
Down. So the fact that the pilots couldn't identify it, particularly if it was, for example, a rigid form of an airship, a dirigible, so to speak, they wouldn't have had any occasion to see those over the last decade or so, or a couple decades. So I think that they're just having difficulty actually getting eyes on. And the equipment that they use to shoot them down obviously does not depend upon human eyes to have eyes on. They have the ability to do that, with their computers. So I think that the visibility is a big issue up here.
All right, Mary Schiavo, thanks so much for springing into action for us. We've had an additional hour of CNN Newsroom this evening. We appreciate it. Paula Newton joins me on the phone. Paula, I guess, you and I had just a brief couple of moments to parse through what the Canadian Defense Minister was saying during that press conference. But I want to go back and reiterate what she said just about 20 or 30 minutes ago, and that is that this object was flying at about 40,000 feet. It was over the Yukon territory and that it was cylindrical. It was a small cylindrical object, which
that's what she
obviously
said.
Sounds very strange. But as Mary Schiavo was saying, there might be some perfectly fine explanations for that. But your impressions as to how much information you're getting from the Canadian side of things, we're not getting a whole lot from the American side at this point.
Yeah, no, and if Canadian officials wanted to get ahead of this, obviously, because it was shot down over Canadian airspace, and it was up to them to make these kinds of, pronouncements, really, to say what was shot down, exactly what was going on, and the fact that it was shot down 4.5 hours ago now, and that they were going through the debris field to try and ascertain what it is. I think there were a couple of significant things, and I think, and Anita Anand, the defense minister, saying that it was at 40,000 feet, right? And that gives us some explanation as to why they decided that it had to be brought down. Now, we're showing a map right now of Yukon. That is a huge territory. She said it was shot down in central Yukon. It's going to take a while to really determine where it came down, even though I'm sure they had line of sight on it, but to obviously pick it up and then analyze it. This is going to be a joint operation. It is obviously Canadian forces right now that are doing that kind of
to be on that recovery
kind of
team
right now, but in conjunction
right
with
in the middle of the freaking woods, bro. Be dropped in there
fact, the FBI
and recover that equipment.
And,
that would be
US
so
forces
badass.
As well. So
could be up in
it
trees, bro.
The same kind
People
of
might have to climb 100,
that was shot
150
down over
foot
Alaska
up a
by
tree.
the United States might have been. I think many questions right now would be
crazy.
That the minister, Anita Anand, went out of her way to say to us, Jim, that this was unprecedented, an unprecedented action on the part of NORAD to shoot something like this down over Canadian airspace. The question she did not answer was whether or not they had seen objects like this before in their radar.
Right.
She went on to say, obviously, that they're going to be really beefing up their surveillance there. That does involve an entire new security infrastructure up there that they have been working on for years. But I also, Jim, want to point out something that Secretary Austin said after meeting with Defense Minister Anand in Washington just yesterday, and that he referenced the increasing assertiveness of China. Now, while they were talking about China because of the spy balloon that was shot down off the Carolina coast, at issue is that they know they have other actors in the Arctic, Russia being just one, and they do see a more robust defense structure that needs to be put in place there. But I thought that language was quite strong on the part of the Secretary, saying it with Anita Anand together, that it's this assertiveness that bothers them. So certainly a menacing factor now, 3 objects, high altitude, and taking action on all 3.
And Paula, one question I wanted to ask you, maybe what's getting in the way of all of us getting some more information as to what is going on with these 2 objects, one in Alaska and one in Canada, is the weather. And Mary was just alluding to this a few moments ago, that the weather is quite awful right now in Alaska, and getting aircraft, rescuers, I guess military personnel to retrieve that piece of equipment, it just might be difficult to do it because of the weather. In terms of where it went down.
They got jackets and gloves and boots, I'm sure.
In this area of the central part of Yukon.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely, Jim. And no one should underestimate that challenge. And I'm glad that Mary came in to describe that. The main issue with the weather
need to document that,
Jim, is that they can't be too careful. It can change literally in an instant. So at one point where you have had visibility, instantly then you do not have visibility. And so they don't want to put any lives in danger, obviously. But also, what's the point of
Bro, they might just waltz right in there. It might be in an open field, just fell like, or in a lake, and just in a really easy spot where they can just snatch it out. They just waltz in there and grab it and get out, bro. And they'll sit here and pontificate on all the, the dangers of the Yukon and stuff we don't really need to hear about, though. So, smaller than Chinese spy balloon shot off of South Carolina coast. We get it.
Circumstances.
I don't think there's anything else.
Hopefully there's not too much snow on them. We can get an eyeball on things soon. Paula Newton, thank you very much. We're going to take a quick break.
Yep.
We'll be right back on all of this. The breaking news coming into CNN, the shooting down of another unidentified object over Canada. Earlier today, the Canadian Defense Minister just wrapped up a press conference in the last half hour or so, describing the object as cylindrical in shape, but that it was flying at about 40,000 feet, as was the object shot down off the coast of Alaska yesterday.
So funny.
More on all this when we come back.
It's funny every time they say it was cylindrical in shape, and every time I hear that's what she said, that's what she said, that's what she said. Show these people dancing, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. Get off my TV. Get off my thing here. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear from it. Yeah, whatever. 5 hours ago. Oh, she's a voice actress. Let's hear this girl.
I'm being a middle school teacher, and I'm looking for jobs that are entry level. Okay.
She's using
With
YouTube
at-home equipment and our remote positions.
This
The
is
pay
interesting.
is fine as long as it's something for my time. Just looking to build up that resume at this moment. So with the teaching background,
I used to be in a recording
that I
studio,
could
so
be
this
good at
interests
some
me.
how-to videos.
Voice actress.
I'm decent with technology from teaching during COVID. I've done things like share the screen. I can do that with people, lead them through processes.
She's doing it. She's showing that she can
should
do
you
it.
need that. Also,
That's funny.
I feel comfortable reading a lot of different levels of literature. So
She's got the same
ultimately, I would
microphone I
love
used to
do
use.
books on tape.
Which, if you ever
projects.
see this, it's a terrible
And
mic.
I think I would enjoy
Get an AKG and a
podcasts as
Focusrite
well.
audio to
As
digital
far as character
converter.
acting, I think to begin with, my natural voice without any stress would probably be the most comfortable for me and yield the best results. But I can bring some drama into my voice. I was, a teacher of prepubescent animals known as teenagers, and to get their attention, I would have to pull a lot of stunts like that. I could be highly dramatic in reading for effect. So those are some things to consider, but I would say that my voice is just, a little bit deeper toned woman of middle age, between like 25 and 45. I think I could pull, as you can hear. And I'm going to read a bit of a story that I wrote about a homeless woman who lives in New York. It's fictional, just to get a feel for how my reading voice sounds. This is my second attempt at making the real video. The first one, I was playing some music in the background and couldn't turn it off quickly. It like looped.
Oops.
So that was a bust. So I've read this through once. I wrote it years ago. So this is an example of a briefly practiced read. She sat outside the third archway of the lightest brick building on 2nd Avenue. The alcove led to some apartments and a mediocre lawyer's office. Most of the tenants who lived here had jobs which started late and ended early, jobs they never dreamed childhood dreams about. And the lawyer, who defended all types of night-living subhumans, well, he showed up after 11 a.m. each day. Despite the sporadic opening time, he left at 5 sharp, so the alcove was a go-to for Michelle, especially when it had rained. At 60, her ribs were now protruding and her breasts had diminished greatly this past year. Only the padding of her second-hand stolen bra brought femininity to her shape. She hadn't taken it off in a week and a half, and along the band of the ill-fit brassiere,
Chat.
her skin had been chafed raw.
China and Russia send
Rain
encoded
soaked her
balloons
feet and
over
left them
North
painfully
America,
indented
so we
from
ship
hardened
them down
wrinkles
and
in
infect ourselves.
unclean and thrice air-dried socks.
You don't really believe that, do you, Chat? Jack? What's up there, Chat? You don't really believe that, do you? Come on, bro. Cyber just showed us what they're doing. They're collecting information, man. You know?
She collected the rainwater with carefully placed plastic water bottles. The bottles were harvested as soon as they were discarded by indoor dwellers. She sought ones which originally held water. Soda bottles, plastic, leached the taste of beverages they once held. Juice and milk containers she never picked up because without a good way to wash them, the lids, with remnants of pulp and fat, would mold. The heavy rain would fill her bottles, she knew, and she could skip the chore of filling them in one of the few public bathrooms that were okay for non-customers to use. She had no need to defecate, and she had relieved herself of liquid waste with dignity.
She has pretty
under a
good
tree
voice,
planted
man.
in the
I
cement
think she's
cutout
reading a
on
little
90th
too
earlier
fast.
This morning, before the night creatures came home, and before the earliest go-getters rose. She sat soaking in the alcove and was thankful.
It's like she seems like she's rushing a little bit, but otherwise she's got a good voice. Hey, we checked out a voice actress that came up on my YouTube feed. I do not know why. It was funny. What? That's interesting. She's got 9 subscribers. Huh. Yeah. Go subscribe to her channel. There you go. In the chat. What the hell? Whatever, man. Why? Do I have to feed you again? Really? Does that have to happen now? Unreal. My cat, man. What do you want? There's a dog right there. That's where I put his bed, right next to me, man. That's where I wanted him. You gotta get through this dog if you want to get to me. Right, Basil? He's got me. Bear hunter. He hunts bears. And think what he'll do to a kitty cat. Huh? Yeah. Oh, a kitty cat just gave me sad eyes. Anna. Harles just gave me sad eyes. Did you just give me sad eyes? What if I let you outside? You want to go outside? Mom's going to be pissed, but let's do it. That way I don't have to worry about you. Yeah, go on out. Go. Harley. I just said his name. He runs out the window. Oh, I love it. Mom's going to be totally pissed when he comes back to the door. It's the game, it's the dance we do. 'Tis the little game we play. What else? What else? Let's see. Minus tech tips. Please tell me that Jimmy Dore is championing the liar chick that we talked about earlier on the show. Please.
So it's exciting
Please.
that finally someone is, and it happens to be the Republicans in Congress who are pushing back against the censorship on social media surrounding the cabal of censorship around the 2020 election of Hunter Biden's laptop and also about COVID. And here is a representative from Florida, Representative Luna, corners former Twitter exec on platform's alleged collusion with. So watch this. I sped this up. But the the reason why I want to show you this, a couple of reasons. It's fun. It's exhilarating to see these people who are censoring. By the way, I think it was RFK. He said, hey, "Have you ever? Can you point to a time in history when the people doing the censoring, turned out to be the good guys?" Has there ever been a time when the censorers were on the right side of anything? No, of course not. They're always the bad guys. So if you're for censorship now, you're on the wrong side of history, even though you think you're virtuous.
Your mom loves H.
Not even when, in those Batman movies, when James Gordon hid the truth about Harvey Dent, it caused riot. There has never once been the right thing.
Never. So here, let's just enjoy this. Representative, I think she's from Florida. Let's watch.
He has no idea.
Communicated with government officials ever on a platform called Jira.
So she asks this guy, the guy who's that head censor guy over at Twitter, Roth, that Yoel Roth, and she found that there was a private server that all these groups, these private lefty groups, would communicate with the government and Twitter on.
For those of you who are wondering what's going on,
and she asked him,
Jimmy doesn't know, I guess,
spoken with the government,
that this woman,
somebody from the government, about censoring shit on a private server.
She claimed that she had,
Ria,
who are the groups?
Oh, she's going to show. Okay. It'll show
something to do with
communicated with government officials ever on a platform called Jira.
Upbringing.
Jira.
Yes or no?
Turns out it was a lie.
Real quick,
and her great-grandfather was in the Nazi army. We were talking about this nature of my confusion woman earlier.
That's the nature
and now
she's like,
Jimmy Dore is using her as some kind of a champion.
On this private
she's
platform.
the next
Who else would have access
George
to
Santos.
She knows the
and I've already tweeted that tonight. I was like,
and he's
introducing the next George. Here, wait.
Anything. Of course he does.
I think this is the same woman.
Regarding taking down social media posts.
Again, not to the best of my recollection.
Can you explain to me why the federal government would ever have interest in communicating?
Dude, you see how it says Miss Luna? This is it. So I'm gonna pull up my Twitter feed, bro, so you can see this. Because I'm so glad I tweeted this before I saw this video. I'm on top of it, bro. Here. Profile. I'm so glad I tweeted this. George Santos in drag. A new liar in Congress just dropped. That is her. Anna Paulina Luna, Republican from Florida. I called it at the beginning of the show 2 hours ago. And now I bring up a Jimmy Dore episode because lo and behold, he's treating her like she's some kind of a champion of the truth of free speech. Shall we go back now that you know? How funny is this?
Through Jira, mind you, a private cloud server with social media companies without oversight to censor American voices. I want to let you know that this is a violation of the First Amendment, and the federal government is colluding with social media companies to censor Americans. Mr. Chairman, I ask for unanimous consent to submit these
do your
records into
research,
record.
bro.
And Mr.
Okay,
Roth,
come on, man. You're a news person, and you should know this.
Thank you, sir. This flow shows the following federal agencies, social media companies, Twitter, leftist nonprofits, and organizations communicating regarding their version of misinformation using Jira, a private cloud server. On this chart, I want to annotate that the Department of Homeland Security, which has the following branches: Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, also known as CISA, Countering Foreign Intelligence Task Force, now known as the
please tweet this at Jimmy Dore
MDM. This was again used against the American people.
Jimmy
the Election Partnership Institute.
So she's naming all these organizations. Hang on. She's naming all these organizations that had access to this private server that communicated with the government about censoring.
Because it's a big job. We got to outsource to every.
So every NGO out there has
Integrity Partnership (EIP), which includes the following
So here, election integrity partnership, social media companies like Twitter, they had the Department of Homeland Security had access through CISA, which is their cybersecurity infrastructure security agency. Then they would communicate through JIRA, Twitter. Look at all this. CIS, Center for Internal Security. University of Washington Center for the Internal for Informed Public.
That's conspiracy.
So there's all these people had access to
Atlantic
Council with
all the
for
things
F's
and the
sake.
lines connecting everything. I love it.
She's got them. She was
she's
asking him
got 'em
about
all right,
this,
Jimmy.
and he's like,
You can believe anything and everything that this woman
Stanford, wasn't that the one with the new list of all the words you can't say? Yeah.
Stanford Internet Observatory, University of Washington Center for Informed Public, Graphica, and Atlantic Council's Digital Forensic Research Lab, and potentially, according to what we found on the final report by EIP, the DNC. The Center for Internet Security...
And the DNC, she said. According to her, the DNC had access to this. The Democratic National Committee.
CIS, a nonprofit funded by DHS, the National Association of Secretaries of State, also known as NASS, and the National Association of State Election Directors, NASED. And in this case, because there are other social media companies involved, Twitter. What do all of these groups, though, have in common? And I'm going to, again, refresh your memory. They were all communicating on a private cloud server known as Jira. Now, the screenshot behind me, which is an example of one of thousands, shows on November 3rd, 2020, that you, Mr. Roth, a Twitter employee, were exchanging communications on Jira, a private cloud server, with CISA, NASS, NASED, and Alex Stamos, who now works at Stanford and is a former security officer at Facebook, to remove a posting. Do you now remember communicating on a private cloud server to remove a posting? Yes or no?
I wouldn't agree with the characterization.
I don't care if you agree.
This is amazing. She's got it right in front of him. And he's like, well,
this is your stuff. Yes or no? Did you communicate with a private entity, the government agency, on a private cloud server? Yes or no?
The question was if I could.
Yes or no? Yeah, I'm on time. Yes or no?
Ma'am, I don't believe I can give you a yes or no.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that you did, and we have proof of it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is joint action between the federal government and a private company to censor and violate the First Amendment. This is also known, and I'm so glad that there's many attorneys on this panel, joint state actors. It's highly illegal. You are all engaged in this action, and I want you to know that you will be all held accountable. Miss Gaddy, are you still on CISA's Cybersecurity Advisory Council? Yes or no? Yes, I am. Okay. For those who have said that this is a pointless hearing, and I just want to let you guys all know, we found it.
So that was AOC who said it was a pointless hearing, if you remember. She said we should be talking about everything else except this.
Oh, did she say it on Jira earlier?
Twitter was indeed communicating with the federal government to censor Americans. I'd like to remind you that this was all in place before January 6th. So to say that these mechanisms weren't in place and to make it about January 6th, I want to let you know that you guys were actually in control of all of the content, and clearly we have proof of that. Now, if you don't think that this is important to your constituents and the American people from those saying that this was a pointless hearing, I suggest you find other jobs. Chairman, I yield my time.
So she said to AOC, if you think this is pointless hearing, I suggest you find another job.
Oh my God, violence?
So, yes.
He was violent to her?
Yes.
Wait,
The John
come
Wick
on.
shot
You think I'm kidding?
I was kidding when I said that.
Chairman, point of order. Chair, yeah, I just want to call to the attention of the chair and members that we're getting awfully close to witness intimidation.
Awfully close to witness intimidation.
Stochastic intimidation, many experts call it.
She's talking to the head fucking spook over at Twitter, the guy who's in charge of censoring doctors, scientists, and presidents. But he's being intimidated.
I would add. With proof of his actions?
With proof of his actions. Watch this.
The chair intervened. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Mr. McFarlane. I said I would caution all members that we were getting very close to witness intimidation, right on the verge of it, and I would ask that the chair and the ranking member agree how we will proceed from this point on. It was the threats that were just made. Mr. Cortez?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And in follow-up to that, I am curious about the committee's rule or the committee's disposition, accusing witnesses of a crime, discussing arrest, discussing making these allusions and threats. I want to clarify for the record, what is the committee's policy around threatening a witness?
She is there not trying to grill these Twitter motherfuckers. She's there trying to make sure they don't have to face questions. And she's trying to intimidate the other Congress people from asking hard questions of the social media censorers. That's literally what she's doing.
I can't believe she actually... I was making a bad joke.
Is it? Watch, Kurt. Watch. She doing
is a bad joke. AOC is a bad joke.
Decorum.
And around the rules of decorum, can we agree that threatening a witness comes close to broaching general decorum?
Threatening. She just said they were threatening a witness. She just said that They were threatening her.
Well, they also said when
You're
you were
threatening
criticizing
her.
her that you were using violence,
job.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Not even
What do
to
you
the
expect
witness.
out of
No,
AOC?
she's saying that
This
she was
is very
threatening the
low-hanging
witness with
fruit.
prosecution
Even for
for
Jimmy
breaking
and
the First
Kurt.
Amendment.
Oh, wait, since when do they not do that?
They always do that. They always
does broach general decorum of
Come
of the
on,
committee.
you crop pickers.
With all due
Come on,
respect, Mr.
man.
Consequences, we don't agree that there were
Stop
any
picking the rotten
witnesses
crops
threatening.
off the ground.
In threatening, when we discuss arrest, when we discuss a potential arrest of a witness and alluding to a witness or suggestion of a witness committing a crime without evidence and without...
He showed the evidence,
Evidence
though.
is right there in the room.
The evidence, she showed the evidence.
There was no. See, Jimmy's
Did you
an
not see
idiot.
that part?
Did you not
If
see-
he thinks a sign with a bunch of people's names and lines on it is evidence, Jimmy Dore's a fucking idiot. You know, she literally put up a conspiracy chart that people make fun of and joke around about all the time. And he calls that evidence. Crazy, right?
See that part
Were you
with
doing
your
a
big
TikTok or something?
You have the big enough glasses, you'll be able to see it.
without documents being supported to the record.
Can you be more specific?
When we talk about arresting a witness, or when we talk about a witness, insinuating that witness is lying without
Hey,
documentation,
Jimmy, I got
fear
the
that it
evidence
constitutes
right here,
threatening a witness,
bro.
and that comes-
I
and
got
that
the
would
evidence
broach, the
right
decorum of the
here,
case.
man. Here's the evidence, Jimmy.
And I'd like to ask that we request witnesses be treated with respect.
That's
Thank
the
you.
evidence, bro.
Oh, God.
Enoch Emmanuel Torres.
Wow.
Break it down, son.
So
What
this is a big deal, and this is what your Democratic representatives are doing. For once, the Republicans are doing something worthwhile for once, and of course the Democrats are there to kneecap it. And of course the establishment, because the establishment wants to kneecap it.
Well, AOC has a point. Let's face it, no one's being arrested.
She does have a point. By the way, the FBI has rejected the characterization of an inappropriate relationship with Twitter or any other social media company. Really? You were directly telling them what to do. It said social media companies voluntarily provide information to the Bureau, to FBI, when the company believes there's a serious risk of death or serious... Fuck, they're such bullshitters. So this guy confronts... that Yoel Roth, the head censorer over at Twitter. And so these were the people in charge of deciding what should be taken down on social media during an election. So watch this.
Gentleman yields back. I'll recognize myself now for questioning. The Biden family investigation begins with the story of how big tech, the media, former intelligence agents, and the Bidens themselves suppressed the story of Hunter Biden's laptop weeks before the 2020 election. Today, we're hearing from Twitter executives who buried the New York Post laptop story, claiming it violated the platform's hacked materials policy. In reality, the Twitter executives were hostile towards conservatives and biased towards anyone who opposed their points of view.
No, you can't deny that anymore. But watch this. So this guy is the guy he's talking to, and this guy is the head guy in charge of censor stuff over at Twitter, and he was in charge of censoring the president of the United States at the time, and this is what he said about the president and the conservatives in the White House. Watch this.
For example, Mr. Roth, did you write this tweet?
I regret the language that I used in some of my former tweets, but yes, I did post that.
And I'll read the tweet so it's in the record. Yes, that person in the pink hat is clearly a bigger threat to your brand of feminism than actual Nazis in the White House.
So the guy who's the head censorer over at Twitter is publicly calling everyone in the White House a Nazi.
Wow.
And he's not smart enough to know that, hey, that might show you have a little bias.
Gotcha.
He's calling everyone in the White House.
Should have taken that high school
How many
course
people work
that
in the White
teaches
House?
you,
100, 200?
sorry,
I know there's at least 200 people who work at Dr. Phil. So there's got to be at least that many people in the White House.
My buddy
I've never
Marshall
seen people
teaches
this
it.
bad at
High school
identifying
kids.
Nazis in my entire life.
How to not make a fool of yourself.
As they send literal Nazis $100 million in aid.
What is a Nazi exactly?
Watch this.
Mr. Roth, do you think all conservatives are Nazis?
Certainly not, sir.
What about the hundreds of people who worked in the Trump administration?
Certainly not.
Did Ms. Gaddy or any other lawyer at Twitter ever tell you to take down that tweet?
No, Twitter did not have a practice of restricting employees' sharing.
So this guy's working with. So that was an okay tweet, by the way. That's okay. Yeah. You can call everybody in the White House a Nazi. That's an okay tweet.
I don't care. I just don't want you in charge of what I get to eat.
That's okay because he said it. But if somebody else said it, it would be considered hate speech. It would be considered violence. It would be considered stochastic terrorism, and they'd have to take it down. But he said it against his political enemies, and that's why it's okay. And if you're and nobody's nobody in the country seems to be upset about this. That to me, that's the amazing part. Do we have obvious
upset attending?
What's that?
They're upset attending.
Yeah.
They said somebody's on Twitter right now making
kidding.
sure no one can say things.
They want more. And this is the collusion of the FBI and social media. This is the government and the media and the FBI coming together to censor you.
Their personal viewpoints on the service.
Okay. Turning back to the...
And let's remember what Ron Paul told us.
Most of our history, we didn't have those institutions. The FBI came in during the First World War. And interestingly enough, one thing that Woodrow Wilson did, he used the FBI to spy on American citizens and actually arrest them if they disagreed with his foreign policy about going to war in Europe.
Boy, the more things change, the more they stay the same, huh?
Hey, man, does my mouse right here look like a spoon, like the spoon from The Matrix? I've been sitting there tripping on that for like the past 3 minutes. I'm like, well, it looks like a spoon. Like, it looks like a spoon with like a reflection on it. And then like the handle is like bent, like the kids, like there is no spoon. And the spoon's just going melting. I don't know. That's what I saw. Bro, I cannot believe what is going on with it's because it's Saturday night, I guess. Everybody's just hanging out. It's been over 30 people every time I look up. It's out of control night tonight, you guys. Thank you so much. I mean, I wish I had something to drink. But otherwise, I'm hanging in there with y'all.
OG 420 Jr. Thank you, Tune.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on here. Steven Seagal's The Foreigner is the worst movie since his last movie.
Yeah, that guy, he make awesome videos. He's so funny.
Yeah, Space Ice.
His whole channel is about Steven Seagal, how bad he is, right? Yeah.
Now I watched one of those, dude, and I watched like the first minute, and it's like, okay, there's like, okay, you see this guy right here, you see this van right here, and you see these people right here, okay, you see this guy getting killed right here, okay, you see this lady getting punched in the face for no reason, okay, you see this, and then he goes, guess what? You never see this again throughout the entire movie. That's right. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything else that's about to happen. And they never go back to it or explain anything about it. It's fucking funny.
It is
and
funny.
they're like, he's like, you see this? This is Steven Seagal. He's trying to be like a doctor. He's trying to give this guy an injection. And look, everything is put in backwards. Look, this isn't the way an IV bag goes. It's upside down. And they're just saying all the funniest stuff. And I'm like, and it's all true. And he's like showing it. And he puts like circles around it. He's like, look. And you're like, bro, they did no research at all. It's like they just had total kooks setting up the scene. And it's just great, man. They paid no money for that. You know, they didn't even hire someone like a property master, anybody to just verify silly things, bro. Keep it real. Worst movie ever. And it shows the guy convulsing, and it's got like all this foam coming all over his face and shit. And you're like, oh my god, dude.
One.
TikTok women humiliate men at the gym, right? Matt Walsh 2 weeks ago. That's funny because that
One
Joey
thing we
Swole
all
talks
know
about
is
this
that
all
there
the
is
time.
no trauma quite like
This
a
is-
TikTok trauma.
this is actually
Those
pretty
traumas
interesting.
inflicted on and documented by TikTok influencers and used by those same influencers for social media clout are by far the worst traumas known to man. Nobody in the world has ever known the sort of suffering that this group of poor unfortunates experience every day of their miserable lives. Case in point, take TikTok vlogger Jessica, who went viral over the past few days after posting a video to her 600,000 plus followers revealing the purported sexual harassment that she encountered at the gym. She also posted the video to Twitter along with this caption. This is her caption. She said, "This guy kept making me extremely uncomfortable at the gym. This is why I'll end up crying on stream because I feel so grossed out at times with the amount of sexualization I experience."
Right. Now you see this all the time. And this guy, Joey Swole, that I follow on Twitter, he puts up the actual TikTok videos and then he talks about it. Then when he's done talking about it, he's like, be better. Mind your own business. It's great. I love that guy. He's hilarious. And he's got a really good point. He makes a really good point almost all the time. It's really worth watching, Joey Swole. He's at the Joey Swole. And it's on Twitter. It's SWOLL or something like that.
Hopefully this spreads awareness for girls who experience this type of treatment at the gym. In the thread below the video, she further explains that this man was staring at her for, quote, disturbingly long periods, and that this triggered her, quote, fight or flight response and conjured up memories of, quote, previous traumas. She emphasized that she's tired of being sexualized and just wants to work out in peace without anyone watching her. It sounds like whatever happened exactly, it was pretty terrible. I mean, obviously this
guy looks just like Steven Crowder. He acts just like Steven Crowder. And if he shaved off that beard, that's probably why he's got it. Do you see that? I just realized that. I was like, that's Crowder, bro.
guy at the gym is a pervert and a creep. He's lurking off
got
in
the
some
same
dim-lit
mannerisms and
corner,
everything.
staring conspicuously at her. That must be the case because the only other possibility is that this woman is a narcissistic drama queen and a liar looking for ways to entrap innocent men so that she can slander them on the internet for clicks. And that just doesn't sound like anything that any woman on TikTok would ever do. But let's consult the actual video just to find out. Here it is.
This is how to not approach girls
see,
at
I've
the
seen
gym.
this. I've seen this, and the guy behind her doesn't do anything.
Nope.
The guy
He's
behind her
just a
is
bitch.
guilty of nothing. Did we watch this on my
It's so
show?
uncomfortable.
And it-
Feral, like
She's such a bitch, man.
There's mirrors everywhere, so it's like you can easily catch people in an act. Oh, this is nothing. Okay, we're gonna move on to the 35s now. I want you to watch very carefully. Just watch. Use the 5 as £5. These are the weights.
Excuse me? You don't have to do that. It's okay. No, it's okay. I got it. Thank you, though.
So fucking friendly when she talked to him, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as he walks back, she starts bitching again like a...
He glances over in her direction a few times for less than like half a second at a time, and then finally walks over and tries to help her put the weights on the bar, and she declines his help, and he says, okay, and then he walks away. The end. And they all live happily ever after. Well, I mean, he does, maybe, but she walks away traumatized, crying and shaking, barely able to hold herself together because a man briefly noticed that she exists. Now, before we analyze this incident, one thing you should know is that this video is one installment in an ever more popular genre on social media. There are apparently many videos of men, quote, harassing or, quote, staring at women at the gym. These incidents are usually captured in the same way. There's a woman at the gym filming herself working out for whatever reason, and in the process, she catches some man in the background quickly looking in her direction.
Dude, he's
She
just
isolates
like
the clip,
Steven
posts it to
Crowder.
the internet,
It's
and
so
then shames
weird.
the offender for his conduct. Here's just one more recent example that got some attention a couple
It's like
months
I
ago
wanna show him right
of
next
this
to
sort of
Steven
thing. As I said, there
Crowder
are
in a
many
video.
others where this came from. And this
They're-
one,
they move
a
the
TikTok
same,
influencer
their
named
heads,
Adriana
their
claims to have
hands,
captured
their
footage
bodies,
of a gym
the way they
employee,
talk,
quote, being a
and they look the
pervert
same.
and gawking at her while she takes her shirt off. And you may ask, well, what the hell are you doing taking your shirt off in the middle of the gym? We'll get to that in a second. But anyway, here's the video.
If you
And
block
after
out his
myself, he
beard, he
threatens
looks
to
just
call
like
the
Crowder. He
police
does.
and revoke my membership.
Do you need something? No. Do you need something? Do you need something? Okay, I thought so.
What a bitch.
Keep it pushing.
If you're getting rude, you can leave. Nobody was looking at you anytime.
Ooh, you're getting ready.
This is why we need sex-segregated gyms. We just do. Like, male and female
Maybe
gyms.
he was the owner of the gym. Wouldn't
that's
that be
the solution to
awesome
all this stuff.
if he
Because
was
let me
the
tell you,
owner of the
no
freaking
man
gym?
at the gym.
Oh,
I've been to many gyms in my life.
shit.
Men are not looking for any kind of drama at all. They're just there doing their thing. They're not looking for any of this. Just like if you're there and you want drama and gossip and you're looking for problems and you want to leave and have something to talk about to your friends, well, guess what happened at the gym? No man wants to leave the gym with that kind of story. Guess what happened at the gym? That's something that some women look for, and so we just need to be in separate gyms. Just do your own thing. That's what we need. Have you ever read the fine print that appears when you start browsing in incognito mode? It says that your activity might still be visible to your employer, your school, or reasons why a person might look in your direction while you're out in public. These women, because they're raging narcissists with a severely inflated sense of their own importance and their own physical attractiveness, just assume that any person who looks at them must be admiring their beauty. But particularly in the first video, I can easily imagine several other possible explanations. He might have been looking because he was wondering why the woman was filming and muttering to herself like a schizophrenic. He might have been feeling self-conscious because he knew that he was probably in the background of her shot. He might have been thinking to himself, she's not filming me, is she? And it turns out she was. Or he might have been glancing over because he wanted to turn with the equipment that she was using and was waiting for his chance to swoop in as soon as she moved on. Okay, he may have been frustrated because he's trying to get his workout in, and he's got this woman sitting there filming a social media video with the damn equipment he wants to use. You know, that is something that happens. I had this experience at the gym over the past weekend. I was using one of the benches over at the dumbbell station while there was a guy who was kind of lingering in the background, staring over at, it wasn't just me, there were other people using the benches, and he was like staring over and continuously sort of, you know, looking, and then he'd look back. And I didn't assume that he was looking at me because of my striking good looks. I didn't even assume that he was looking at me and thinking, hey, isn't that the what is a woman guy? The latter possibility was much more likely than the former, but instead, I assumed that he wanted to use the bench that I was using.
Right.
And then I got up and he staked his claim to it as soon as I was done, confirming my theory. So this is all very normal and fine. In a gym, it's what people do. And nobody has to be publicly shamed over it. But let's say that in the case of these women, the offending men really were looking over, at least in part, because they found the women physically attractive. So what? Okay, that still would not constitute harassment, much less would it make them perverts. It would just make them normal men whose only sin is merely noticing a woman. This doesn't make them, this doesn't make them harassers, doesn't make them perverts. It just makes them men with functioning eyes, is all it does. Second thing, here's a tip. If you're a woman and you don't want to be noticed by men, if indeed even the brief glance of a man offends you and causes trauma, then you might consider wearing clothing when you go out in public. Now, I'm not saying you need to cover yourself in a burlap sack or hit the gym in a parka and snow pants, but I am saying that you probably want to wear more than just your underwear. So both women are working out in skimpy spandex shorts and a sports bra.
I have a feeling this guy's a right-winger, but...
gyms all across the country. At some point in the past few years, the nation's women decided by majority vote, I guess, that clothes are optional when working out in public. And yeah, according to the laws in most states, apparently, they're free to treat the gym like a nudist resort if they so choose. But they're not free to control everyone else's minds and eyeballs while they perform a striptease at Planet Fitness. The woman in the second video, she actually strips down to her underwear in the middle of the gym. They have locker rooms for that purpose, but she chose to do it in public. Perhaps next she'll give herself a sponge bath while standing on the treadmill. I mean, who knows? The thing is, you don't behave this way and dress like that unless you want attention. You can claim otherwise, but you're lying. You dress that way because you want attention. Period.
Man, that's not fair
to
women.
There is no other possible motivation for walking around in public in your underwear.
They're not walking around in public in their underwear, and this guy is a fucking right-winger. This is like Steven Crowder, guys. This is funny. I mean, I've got it. I mean, I've figured it out before, but yeah, now he's just, you could just tell he does not like women.
Anyone does that, man or woman, you're looking for attention. Depending on what you look like and whether you're a man or a woman and all the rest of it, it will determine what sort of attention you get. But you're going to get attention if you walk around in your underwear. If any man, men don't do that. Do you notice that? Men aren't rolling up to the gym in their underwear. Like, when's the last time you saw a man at the gym wearing just boxer shorts and nothing else? I've never seen it.
What is he talking about, man?
But guess what? If a man did do that, people would be staring. Women would be staring. Maybe because they find him attractive, or maybe because they're thinking, what the hell is that guy wearing at the gym? But here's the thing with these women. They want to control, they want the attention, but they want to control exactly what sort of attention they receive and from whom and for how long and in what way. They want attention, but it must be attention that fits their mood at any given moment. And that's just not how this works. Okay, life does not work that way. No matter how much you want it to, it doesn't. If you go out in public and say, hey, everyone, look at me, they're going to look, and you're not going to get to control who looks, for how long, all the rest.
Know a lot about what goes on inside a woman's head.
Speaking of trying to control the type of attention, keep in mind that these women are recording their workouts to put on social media. They're supposedly self-conscious about being watched, yet they're posting the footage to the internet so that thousands of people can watch it. They don't want to be noticed while they work out, so they work out in their underwear on camera. There seems to be a logical
way to get a pop knot.
But it's a symptom of the disease that we just talked about. People these days, not just women on TikTok, though especially them perhaps, are desperate for attention. They're starving for it all the time. And yet, while going out of their way to solicit the attention of countless strangers, they still think they should be able to control the manner and duration of the attention. Most of all, they want all the attention to come through a screen. So they're standing in a room with other human beings, demanding the attention of everyone who isn't in the room, while wishing to be invisible to everybody in the room. If anything is perverse, it's that attitude. Finally, ladies, if you're wondering why you aren't meeting any decent men out there, it might have something to do with this. It might be because they're afraid of being publicly shamed as rapists if they even so much as glance in your direction, or God forbid, try to speak to you.
It's almost like he's grouping all women together while he speaks, instead of just talking to himself.
No, I think you have a good... I think you're just talking about those in the gym who make those videos, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say that.
Yeah, I think so.
He doesn't say that.
I think actually you have a really good point.
I think if one woman was wearing underwear, it doesn't mean that all women are out wearing their underwear in public. This is the way he portrayed it.
No, but we talk that right now. We're talking about those people in the videos, right? shaming men for looking at them.
I don't think he is anymore. I don't think he is anymore. I think he's a fucking right winger, and I think he fucking hates women. That's what I think.
Actually, be a pervert simply for noticing their presence in a room. If he commits harassment by trying to initiate any kind of conversation or interaction at all,
I wonder if he's a
then
Trump
the game
supporter.
is hopelessly rigged against him, and he loses automatically.
Who is this?
More and more
Matt
men will
Walsh.
decide just not to play the game. It's not worth the risk.
Oh, yeah. Probably right.
And that's exactly what's happening. And that is why, and that's all happening, by the way, thanks to women like Jessica and Adriana. And that is why they, in particular, are the ones who are today canceled. That'll do it for this portion.
They are canceled. Ooh, he's canceling people. You hear that shit?
Cancel culture.
Yeah, no shit, dude. He cancels people. Wow. He's a fucking right winger. Fucking weirdo. Oh.
Debating on if I want to go play drums or not. Piss my neighbors off.
I wonder what kind of shit.
Chris Ruffo has this report that says
Matt Walsh revisits his interview with a trans wolf. Pro-trans professor asks Matt why he cares so much about transgenderism. Oh man, I got it. I got this guy. I remember this dude. I actually remember this guy from like a year ago. He had a video that went viral, and I saw it. And he was asking if a woman, what is a woman? Or it was like that. It was some stupid question, bro. And he was going around asking this stupid freaking question that went viral. Wow. Yeah, he's totally worried about what everybody else has in between their legs. What a punk bitch. That's funny. I knew I had that guy pegged. I was like, this guy seems a little anti-woman. There's something going on. I bet he's a right-winger. Boom! Nailed it. Go to his channel and go look at all the garbage that he uploads. He's anti-trans. Like, why are you worried about trans people, bro? Why so many videos anti-trans? It's weird. They offend you? George Santos in drag. I nailed it.
I seen a video today where they were a trans person, but they didn't disclose that with somebody they were in a relationship for like 4 months. It was some crazy shit.
Oh, my mom's watching.
Jimmy Dore, this your new champion of free speech. Huh. Jimmy. Bro, your pinned tweet got 24.2 thousand people that seen it.
My pin tweet?
Yeah. That, views or whatever. 24.2 thousand. Your comment to Mustard, whatever. Pasture Valley. Whoa.
TV's off, huh? Guess she's done.
I just not seen a tweet about the Romney and the sliding miter box. Oh, I need that.
Okay, Mom.
He says he's
Love you.
in a library. He might need it for like precise cuts and shit, but.
Dude, you're too loud. Mom's gonna be pissed.
Oh shit. Sorry, Mom.
Oh, it's alright, I got you. Alright.
I can't see the tweet to Savage Joy because I'm still blocked. Still like it though. Falcon Hawk, same thing.
Huh. It's interesting that people came in and just made little comments here and there about what they saw in the title and what they said. That they think that it was, you know, it's fake.
Bro, a friend of mine, it's actually my brother's mentor, sponsor, whatever you call it. He got COVID. Fuck, are we still live?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why wouldn't we be?
I didn't know.
Did you end the show?
He got. Oh, no. I'm in high school. My buddy got that C stuff like back in December of last year, or not last year, but the year before, and he still has brain fog and all kind of bullshit. I try not to look at Jimmy Dore's bullcrap. COVID and our bullshit.
Dude, what the fuck is this a video of?
They're doing something.
They're doing something.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at this.
I'm busy.
The Chinese balloons are flying over.
Lampy 1125.
Sniper out there and just snipe him out of the sky.
Lamp, what's up, bro?
Lampy 1125. Crypto is down, I see.
It's down a little, but we're doing good. I still got all my $8,000. My $8,000 is still worth $15,500, bro. Boom. That's how we do it.
My Bitcoin ain't doing all that great. It hasn't for a while.
It's 710, everybody.
I'll be right back.
It's 710. It's 710.
Lampy 1125. That is how it should be. Laughing face.
I need to smoke. I got retarded earlier. Nobody gonna make some moon rock.
Fucking memes.
Lampy 1125. Cheers.
Cheers, Lampy.
All right. Smoky time. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is a test for all. Cheers, everybody. Cyber is the AFK, I believe.
Cheers.
Cheers. Jiminy. Nick. Cyber and Abstentia. He'll catch up when he gets here.
I have to quit smoking soon, bro. Completely.
Lampy 1125. EY, you got cyber in. Happy face. Good to hear. Smiley face. Lampy 1125. Sup, cyber.
Don't smoke yet. I'm back. I don't have headset on though. I cannot hear you. I see you sitting with a bong.
I'm waiting. Oh, you ready?
No.
Okay, I'm waiting.
I think I need to pack. Hold on. I'm not sure.
They changed.
Nope, I am packed. I have
Cheers.
all packed.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thanks for waiting.
They changed some rules this year for commercial drivers to where even if your company does not require a drug test, this federal government can now contact your employer and require a drug test just randomly, like I'm on fucking probation now.
Oh wow, that's bullshit.
I had to fucking stop smoking, period, which is fucking stupid. And
I mean that's bullshit because there should be rules like with
behind the wheel should not fucking matter.
no, and there should be rules like with alcohol. You know, they have to do something because regardless of you can smoke and drive, that's not the issue. The issue if you smoke the night and want to drive the day after to work, you're not high. And the amount of cannabis you have in the body for the next 14 days will not get you high. So they have to fucking find out some kind of measurement or something. If I don't know, I know they're not gonna do it, but it's unfair, man, in my
I
opinion.
think me and you talked about this last time.
We did, we did, we did.
It's stupid. You know, somebody could smoke so they could sleep at night. A driver that's been on the road all day, smoke so they can go to sleep and have a restful night. But that's not
Lampy
allowed because that shit's in the system
1125.
for
Indeed.
12 to 30 days.
I lost my licenses for 3 years.
It don't make no sense.
Lampy
Man, you
1125.
can drink, you can get drunk,
Because of
fat,
cannabis.
wasted, be hungover, and still go drive that commercial vehicle.
Yeah.
And it's out of your system 8, 10, 12 hours.
And realistically, you cannot drive when you're drunk. You can't drive if you're high. I'm not saying people should do it, but you don't lose your sense of your fucking abilities to. Exactly, you don't lose that like with cannabis like you do with alcohol.
When I was younger, I used to smoke and drive all the time. And I always swore it made me a better driver because I wasn't getting road rage, yelling at somebody that wouldn't go the hell on or something like that. But then they labeled the law, I guess because states have that synthetic. I don't care if anybody hears me on this shit. The synthetic Delta 8, Delta 10, THCO, THCV, all that. It's all synthetic. I don't give a shit. Smoke the real flower. I don't deal with that bullshit. But they changed the rules to THC. They put the M word that I won't say, and then they put / THC.
What?
Yeah.
Why that? That's fucking stupid.
Because people think they're getting by using like Delta 8 and stuff.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. I actually, yeah.
THC, it's not cannabis. They call it the M word. Yeah. Anytime I hear the M word, it makes me cringe. Ugh. Even when you say it, man, it's cringe. Shit. But I just think it's stupid that they're cracking down on something that will actually make people perform their jobs better. Now, I'm not saying smoking and driving is okay, and it's definitely not okay in a commercial vehicle, but it stays in your system so long that when they test for it, they're positive, so it creates a DUI situation, even though you smoked 3 or 4 days prior.
Yeah. It literally makes no sense.
If I get an accidental fender bender, it's not even my fault. Because I'm in a commercial vehicle, they drug test me, and just because it's in my system, I'm at fault. Stupid.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not right.
But yet I can slam a 12-pack of Bud Light and wake up next morning hung the hell over, still be half drunk. I don't know if you can do that on Bud Light. Drinking alcohol, be blistered that night, get up next morning, say you get called or dispatched out somewhere, get in the truck and be hung over and wreck, and you're good. As long as it's not your fault. They'll do EEG test. I didn't.
I mean, it's literally a step back, right?
I didn't earn my CDL test just to be on probation.
No. I mean,
I might go back to turning wrenches or take my brother's fucking business over build fences and decks and beautiful landscapes, hardscapes, whatever. But it's stupid, man. And there's so many people. Oh, we have a truck driver shortage in the United States. But yet, here we go. We're going to start testing for everything. Just randomly.
Yeah, it's a step behind, right? I mean, I thought we were going the right way with cannabis, but apparently not.
I've been to truck stops and everything, and a lot of those guys, they like to smoke. They smoke, they chill out at the end of the night after a long shift, 16, 18 hours of driving. They like to smoke, but now everybody's like, well, they can't do that no more. So now they're going to resort to alcohol, because it's not necessary. Whatever.
Yeah.
They're just making things more dangerous, in my opinion. You got an extra room, Cyber? I think I'm gonna move to Denmark. How much to get my green card there?
Oh, there was no one.
So flying balloons, CDL drivers are catching hell.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind we don't have legal cannabis now. So.
You don't have who cannabis?
We don't have legal
Lampy
cannabis.
1125.
Legal
Keep the Danish taxes
cannabis.
in mind before moving here. XD.
I'm coming from a legal state, so
okay.
have my bed made for me, buddy. I went and stood in drenching rain today, man. Or didn't stand in it. I walked all the way through like a huge scrap vehicle lot, looking for a window for my daughter's car, dude. It was fucking pouring rain. I just kept walking. My watch said I did 13 miles of walking today, and that was just through that little, or not little, but big salvage yard. I just walk. But it was pouring rain. Everybody's probably making fun of me because I was the only redneck out there. Look, trying to stop cussing. Walking through that whole salvage yard, looking for a window. And supposedly, these Honda Accords, the two-door from 2003 to 2007, they crush them pretty quick because the metal is worth more than the car or whatever, like the converter, like converters and stuff. So they hurry up and crush them. So I've been looking for her damn driver's side door window for over a month.
Damn.
But I found one. They got a cable for the door latch from that side. And if you're wondering why I haven't been on here like a whole lot lately, it's because my truck got a bearing. It's in the shop now, but there's a bearing in the transmission or the rear ends or something. I don't know. But for the last like 3 months, I'll be going down the road. If I'm not on the accelerator pedal, it's quiet. But if the second I do touch to accelerate up a hill or up something, it's loud.
Damn. You know what's wrong?
Well, it ain't my responsibility to know what's wrong, but I'm pretty sure I know what's wrong. It's one of the damn input of the output bearing on the input shaft or output shaft. It's one of those two.
Roger that.
Because if it was another bearing, it would do it in that specific
Lampy
gear. It wouldn't travel in a
1125
neutral or anything.
Is the trendy chat still alive? Happy face.
But it only does it when I'm in gear and accelerate. I pop out of gear and coast down the hill, and it just be silent. I'm gonna go play drums for a minute.
Roger that.
Man, this girl climbs out of a Jeep, out of the sunroof, onto the roof, and who's ever driving just peels out with her on the roof. You know what happens.
Wow.
Hey man, what news sources do you use primarily? Like your main news sources?
Source of what?
Whenever you look up like stories, like news stories and stuff.
Oh, source of news?
What sources do you primarily use?
I use MSN, browser, and CNN.com. See, she climbs out. Did you see the tire? See the rear tire there, guys? Watch the rear tire. Who does that when someone's on your roof?
That's insane, man.
I can leave it at that. But she just gets flat, lays flat, boom, bunch of people run up, the Jeep stops. And you're like, what were you thinking, man? Why did you do that?
Yeah, that's really stupid.
Bunch of drunk people. Ooh, I forgot you were on the roof that you just climbed out of 1 second ago. Yeah, hey, I was on the roof. Why did you peel out? Yeah, I forgot. Yep, but I just climbed out like 1 second ago. I know I forgot, like, totally forgot that you were up there.
Bro, they got people down here in Atlanta that like 4 or 5 people sitting on the trunk of like these Challengers and Chargers and shit. And they'll just take off doing donuts. All these people just sitting on the car.
Wow.
What the fuck are these people thinking, bro? They don't want to sit on my trunk, because I keep my car waxed and shit. They'll slide right off. I like playing freaking baseball or something. Zoop. But hey, I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna still listen to the show and stuff, but
all right.
Have a good one, Cyber. I know it's really late there.
Crispy Chris.
All right.
Yep.
Take care, buddy.
Cheers, everyone.
I got you, bro.
Doing a big rip for you, and nay.
Have a good evening.
Let me get my back brace on.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
out of here. You guys have a nice night. Thanks for watching. I hope you all had a great time, and we will see you in the morning. Cyber, thanks for gaming for us. We'll see you.
Yep.
And
no problem.
Jiminy, take care. Everybody in the chats, thanks. Love y'all. Remember, I'm at Nate's Garden on Twitter. That's what I'm looking at right now. You guys could join me there right now. Come on over. Nate's Garden on Twitter. Bye, guys.